5 years after the events of the first film, we find the 4 Ghostbusters shamed and living normal lives. After a paranormal incident involving Dana Barrett's infant son, Oscar, the group defies a court order and regroups to help their old friend. The Ghostbusters officially reform as a mysterious ooze begins to pulse underneath the city. Meanwhile, the notorious Vigo the Carpathian hatches an escape plan from his unholy portrait in the Manhattan Museum of Art and attempts to take baby Oscar for himself. Welcome to another feature presentation in Midnight Double Feature, and on this episode we'll be covering 1989's Ghostbusters 2, directed by Ivan Reitman.
The sound of the fucking car.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
That's the worst part of the whole. Something strange is going on. Something's wrong. Like, oh, that song.
I love the sound of the especially here, like in the first scene when we just before we cut to like the animated title card, like the sound of the. It sounds like fucking someone's like marching. Like it sounds like fucking people are marching and shit. Like I love it.
Yeah, I like awesome. That. Bustin' makes me feel good. That's how we're starting this episode.
That's the part. That's the part, dude.
I ain't afraid no. Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome to Midnight Double Feature. As you heard, we're covering 1989's Ghostbusters 2. It's me, Colin. Also along with me, Zoheb. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, dude. It's good to be back. You know, we've done a bonus episode where I was back, but this is my first episode back. I think after a month on the old feature presentation main feed. So yeah, man, I've been itching to get back up in here. Well, that makes one of us. As you heard, guys, we no, I'm just kidding. Piece of shit, dude. Now, if this is you guys' first time listening to the show, we appreciate you guys checking it out. We are going to spoil this movie. There is an E on this motherfucker for a reason. So just. You know, right at the top, just letting you guys know. If you want to check out any of our socials, you can find everything at midnightdoublefeature.com. We also have our Patreon. If you guys will sign up for that, it's $5 a month. It's called The Green Room. You get 2 episodes a month. We have a big backlog of catalogs, or just a big backlog of episodes right now. And if you can't spare the $5, we understand. Just go and rate and review us on iTunes. It's the best thing that you can do. It's free. It helps everybody out. And we love to hear constructive criticism or just, hear how awesome we are. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can find us on our socials, Midnight Double Feature. You can find us on Twitter at MDF Pod. Everything's pretty much on midnightdoublefeature.com, so you can find everything there. But beyond that, man, Ghostbusters 2. So we were going to do American Psycho, but it's not available in Australia. So what did we do? Dude.
Ghostbusters 2.
I'm not even kidding you, because you suggested American Psycho, and I was like, dude, we've been playing fucking American Psycho for the longest time, right? So right. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, it's on Netflix. Like, it's fine. Like, I'll check it out. I'll watch it. I mean, obviously I've seen it before. But then, it's not on Netflix when I go sit down to watch it. It's not on iTunes. There's no... Like JB Hi-Fi, I mentioned it in I think our Slither episode, is like a big retailer here, electronics and stuff. They don't even have it stocked on their website. Like no
That's
retailer is selling a hard copy of American Psycho. I can find copies of American Psycho 2, which is also streaming, but I am not putting myself through that shit. So
yeah, no,
yeah, man, it's insane. Like I'm just I don't know how this happens. The same thing happened with also True Lies, the James Cameron movie. Like I can't find a copy of that movie anywhere. So I don't know
what the fuck.
I don't know if it's a distribution thing. Like I don't know what's going on, but American Psycho up until probably a couple months ago was available on Netflix, and now it's just I can't find it. So here we are covering the magnum opus of Ivan Reitman's career, Ghostbusters 2.
Well, what's hilarious is there's American Psycho the Musical, which is at the Sydney Opera House running from June 3rd to June 27th of 2021.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Cool.
You don't have you have a live performance of it, but you don't have the movie.
The entire fucking performance is just Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah, right. Just featuring the music by Huey Lewis in the news. But
it's a little new wave for me.
But guys, thanks for checking us out. Like you said, we're jumping at Ghostbusters 2 because we didn't get to do American Psycho. No, I'm just kidding. We love both these movies. I mean, we would have covered them eventually. I mean, kind of giving our thoughts right off the top, as it was, it really came down to there's a 24-hour window where it's like, okay, what can we do now? Like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Here's the thing. We also like didn't need to record this weekend, right? Like this is kind of like technically like our off sort of like weekend.
Yeah.
But I was just like, man, I'm itching to record something, and I've got the time for it, so why not, kind of thing. But also, dude, I think we should talk about why we're doing Ghostbusters 2 instead of the first one, because we still have not covered the first one. And
no,
I just want to, dude, I just want to fucking, I have a bone to pick with the after party right now. So much so that I'm ready to fucking shut it down. Like, let's shut down the after party, because holy shit, dude. Man. Okay, I threw out a poll literally like last night, 9 hours ago. And I said, this is one that's a bit more pertinent to maybe a certain podcast coming up, this one. And I was like, all right, you've got one choice.
Really,
Ghostbusters, 1984. Yeah, this one.
Sorry.
Well, I wasn't sure because people might think that this is the American Psycho podcast, but like,
Yeah.
So you got two choices: Ghostbusters 1984, Ghostbusters 2 1989. Dude, 25 votes altogether. 23 voted for Ghostbusters 1984. You and I are the sole remaining two that voted for Ghostbusters 2.
That dude, and I could not. I knew that it was going to win. I definitely understood that.
100%. Yeah.
But that's like the most response we've ever gotten on a poll, dude. It was just like,
dude.
Oh, it was so bad.
I thought there'd be like someone at least being like, "No, man, I've always been a 2 guy." Like,
right.
Like,
even the people who voted for 1, a couple of them were like, "I love 2. Don't get me wrong, though. But if I have to pick," and I was like, "You're out of your fucking mind, man! Like, there's no way. Like, Ghostbusters 1 is great. I love Ghostbusters 1. Nothing wrong with it. I love this one too. I think there's really room for both, and I get that." I can be objective and say it's probably a better film, in terms of like a film, and this one.
I think Ghostbusters 1 is the better film, but to me, this is the more enjoyable / rewatchable.
Right.
One.
This is the one I like to watch more. And I think that there's something too about this one, kind of getting into our just fucking jumping into our thoughts.
Kick it off.
There's something, yes, this one, it does repeat a lot of the same beats from the first one. A lot of characters, Janos becomes the new Louis Tully, and there's even the main character is possessing one of the minor characters, where it was Zool and Dana Barrett. Now it's, Vigo the Carpathian and Peter MacNicol, or he's trying to take over Oscar's body, or, but the cool thing is, a movie is only as good as its villain, and this villain destroys Ghostbusters 2 like Gozer. It's like, dude, there's fucking nothing to Gozer. It's like a video game boss, and it just shows up and then it's gone. And it's like, it doesn't really. Vigo the Carpathian is a character throughout the movie, and he's fucking terrifying. Like, I mean, once you know about Wilhelm von Helmberg, the guy who played him, who's a fucking rapist and a piece of shit, it even gets scarier, like, as an adult, because the guy who played him was an awful person. We talked about him in Mouth of Madness.
Mouth of Madness, yeah.
There's actually a great article. It's called The Hateful Life and Spiteful Death of the Man Who Was Vigo the Carpathian.
Oh shit!
It's
really?
A whole art, dude. It's like his whole life. It's actually really good. But the guy was a piece of shit.
I was today years old when I found out that the voice of Vigo the Carpathian is fucking Max von Sydow. Rest in peace, legend.
I didn't catch that until many, like probably 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know where I read it. And he was pissed. The guy who played Vigo the Carpathian was like, they did like a David Prowse on him. And he was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I had no idea I wasn't going to be the voice. And they're like, dude, you can find video of him doing, he's like, what is will be, what will no be no more. It's so bad.
Okay, hold on. Look, the David Prowse situation is so much different. Like you can't.
Well, yeah, it's similar. It's similar.
This guy, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But this guy is Vigo to me. Like, dude, I cannot express to you the amount of times that I had nightmares when I was a kid looking at that painting, dude. Like the way the forehead comes out, the way, like even just like the way the other characters describe the painting. Like when Dana's like, I can feel it like looking at me, and like I can feel it like tracking its eyes. you get that sense. You definitely, like, they honestly get that sense across, like, you know, that kind of like sentiment. And it's just so like, well, every time you see the painting, it's so well shot, it's so prominent. And it's just such a presence, like you said, throughout the movie. And I 100% agree with you, dude. It knocks Gozer out of the park, right? Like, I mean, I don't love either of the villains in both films. I don't love them. Like, you know, that, like, I think definitely Vigo is a lot more ominous to me and a lot more terrifying than Gozer. But like, they both don't end up doing anything. Like, both of them just end up kind of like standing around, and, you know, at least Vigo moves, right? Like, Gozer's just standing on like kind of like the platform. Right?
Okay. So I have like my ending that I wrote to this movie, and I don't want to ruin it here, but please don't let me forget at the end, because I think that if you gave me a crack at like making this movie, this is definitely what I would do for the end. And it's 100%. I mean, it's 100% better, but it's like, it's what I would do. I can't say it's better, I guess, objectively. But no, yeah, and I love Vigo, actually. I think he's fucking terrifying. I think he's a great villain, and he's a little two-dimensional, you know. He's just a bad guy, but he's based on Rasputin, you know, Vlad the Impaler. Like, he's got a lot of historical significance behind him, versus Gozer just looked like Annie Lennox from Eurythmics. And it was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, this is, you know, not really.
It's very something that Freddie Mercury would
right,
play.
yeah. I always thought Gozer looked like Janine, the secretary, and I remember watching as a kid and going, "Is that Janine? Like, is that the woman that, you know, Ghostbusters? What do you want? You know, that's the she's from fucking Nashville. Annie Potts.
Dude,
she's
fucking hot.
She is. Even in the first one, which is that short ass hair and those big glasses, and I was like, dude, oh my god,
short hair.
I would Spangler her Egon.
What'd you think of Gozer?
Still smash, absolutely, 100%. Drago's wife from Rocky IV. Fuck the shit out of Bridget Nilsson. I don't care. She's fucking gorgeous. But really, you know, yes, it's a better film. I enjoy this one more, though. And I was talking to Matt Prater, who jumped on for Contact and Stargate, and he and I were talking about that, and he remembers seeing this.
Did such a great job on those episodes. I just want to say, I keep cutting you off.
No,
I'm sorry.
No.
I gave him praise on the bonus episode, which, you know, not everyone hears, so I just want to give him some praise here. Matt Prater fucking killed it on those two episodes.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to have him back, dude.
They're perfect for him. He's a smart dude, and those were right up. He's always talked about Stargate. You know, we loved Contact, and I was like, dude, this seems just like a no-brainer. But yes, thank you so much for coming on. And the funny thing was, when I was talking to him, he was like, you know, I remember seeing this in theaters, and I kind of like that one more just from nostalgia, you know, but I guess it was kind of like, it's kind of a toss-up, because my thing is, if this had come out first and then the story with Vigo and all of that was the first movie, I think a lot of people were probably, you know, have that reverse opinion, where the one with Vigo is the good one and the one with the Gozer's, you know, not as good. If this one had come out first, because it's like the movies are so similar that I feel like if you say I hate Ghostbusters 2, it's like you kind of have to hate the first one then, because I can flawed. It's very flawed for that reason. It's very, very similar. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It said it's the Statue of Liberty. They don't go to jail. They get institutionalized. And it's like, okay, dude.
You've also got the bureaucrat, right? Who's like trying to stop them at every turn, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, Hardenmeyer in this one, but it's William Peck in the first one. That is so much better than this one, dude. I love Peck. Love it.
I love Peck too, but this guy, it will always forever be the cop from Scary Movie to me. He's like, dude. He's like, yeah, I got a boil on my ass the size of a walnut, you know, the usual.
I remember, dude, he has popped up in so much shit. Like, he is such a good character actor.
He's got a huge role in like Supernatural as well.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very similar movie, and I can fault it for that. But at the same time, I fucking love this movie. I like the fact that there's actually like, you know, they start chipping into the ground and dig a huge hole, and there's like logistical repercussions from that. They're like, no, you can't just do that with like, you can't just walk up and fucking do that, and that's one thing that's funny is you see them running around with like.
Are you talking about that incredibly realistic courtroom scene that we'll get to?
Right.
I can't wait to talk about.
Dude, well, what cracks me up is they run up on a hearse with lights on, and people are like pulling over and moving, and it's like, no, what the fuck? You don't have jurisdiction to do that. I was like, That's crazy. You know, that's the shit that like my adult mind is like, that's fucking ridiculous. You know, as a kid, you know, man, they're the Ghostbusters. Like when they pull up and they go to the museum and they're like yanking Janos around and shit. I'm like, assault, trespassing, assault. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Who gave you this impunity that you could just walk in and like shove your Ghostbuster dick into a room and just make people comply?
Mayor Giuliani fucking gave them all of the power, dude.
Yeah.
Let's
I
get
love
all
the
up
mayor.
in there.
I do love the mayor in both of these movies. He's great.
What's he from? He's from something.
I have
right?
I have no fucking
He
clue.
looks familiar.
He
He looks like he
can
could play a mob boss.
Yes, definitely a mob boss. Like, and now I'm curious, but yeah, I love, you know, I love his lines, especially in the first one, but more, you know, a little bit less in the second one. But I fucking love the mayor, David Margulies. I'm Margu whatever. The mayor in this, and I think that's pretty much what he's known for, is like Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. He's in Ace Ventura, apparently. He pops up in a bunch of random stuff. But I love this movie. I know it's got its faults, especially they really dropped the ball with Winston. He's fucking barely in this movie. And they fucked over Ernie Hudson in the first movie as well.
In the first one, yeah.
They fit, but I love, actually, as I get older, I love Winston Zeddemore. He's like, you have the funny one is Pete, the childish one is Ray, the brains is Egon, and the everyman is Winston Zeddemore. And it's like he just shows up in the first one. He's like, hey, if it's got a steady paycheck, I don't give a fuck, you know, what you want me to believe. So I think they really dropped the ball with him. And as I get older, I actually he's the one I relate to the most, because it's like, yeah, I'm just kind of a dude, you know, like I'm just doing my thing. So I love this movie. I can see why people don't enjoy it as much as the first one, but I think that it does become a popular opinion to kind of shit on it. I think there definitely is a bandwagon of people that probably do jump on that and are like, probably haven't seen either one of them in 20 years and would just be like, yeah, Ghostbusters 2 sucks. It's like, man, give it another shot. Like, if you love the first one, you can't hate that much. You can't hate the second one that much more, you know, unless you hate the fact that it's a repeat. Then I guess I guess that makes sense. But I think that people also kind of forget it's a comedy. They take this one a little bit more seriously because it is scarier. It's scarier than the first one. To me, like, it's not the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It's a fucking medieval dude in a painting. It's like, and fucking Janos on the bicycle, like flying through the air. It's like, God, dude, man. What the fuck?
The laser eyes,
dude.
And the music they play when the fucking laser eyes come out.
It scares the shit out of me as a kid. Like, nothing.
But here's the thing, right?
Yeah, Gozer didn't scare me.
It's supposed to be toned down. The horror elements in this are supposed to be turned down from the first one because in the 5-year gap between this and the first one, there's the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon. Mm-hmm. And they kind of like toned down. I mean, like that one was so successful. Like the cartoon was incredibly successful that like, you know, like they're like, okay, we need to make this a little more friendly for kids, right? So they kind of like tone down the veracity of the ghosts. Like the ghosts don't look as Frighteners level ghost like. Yeah, you know, nobody's
smoking, nobody really curses, and this man has no dick. You know, there's no moment like that.
There's no scene of Ray getting a blowjob from a ghost.
Yeah, right. I fucking forgot about that. That's great. No, I definitely, because that was a little bit before my time. My brother Adam was really into the real Ghostbusters. For me, and you can find all these on YouTube for free. It's Extreme Ghostbusters, and that came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and it's fucking terrifying. And like you watch these episodes, and you're like, dude, just Google Extreme Ghostbusters and look at the imagery, and you're like, whoa, like that was a kid's cartoon. Like there's one where they literally find a horror writer. It's supposed to be R.L. Stein, the guy who did Goosebumps. But it's basically him, and these monsters have forced him to write like all day and night to come up with more monsters. And what he writes comes true. And it's like the Cenobites from Hellraiser. It's like, what the fuck? Nice. And it's like Ghostbusters and like a Hellraiser crossover seems so, you know, it makes sense now, but it scares the shit out of me. It's great. It's called Extreme Ghostbusters. And like,
that's pretty cool.
I've kicked around. I've told you for years that I've like, man, I would love to do like an R-rated Ghostbusters like movie, like something kind of future techie, something R-rated. Like I'd fucking love to do that. So I love the franchise. I definitely like this movie. I'm really excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Super excited to see that. I didn't see I'm not going to say I don't like the 2016 one. I haven't seen it. From what I've heard, I probably wouldn't like it, but I don't like to go in with that kind of mindset. I don't.
We can talk about it a little bit.
I haven't seen it, and I hate to have that mindset already. It's just been poisoned for me already. But have you seen it? Did you like it?
I have seen it. And oh man, I remember I was working at Hoyt's, the cinema chain, when that came out. But I was working at kind of like the head office sort of situation. But when that trailer came out, the internet lost its mind in the way that the internet has never lost its mind before. It was. I think it still might be, or it was at one point, the most disliked video on YouTube.
That's awful.
And it's I was like, man, I don't love Ghostbusters enough to have a burning hate for something like that. But I watched it and I was like, it's fine. It's a little lazy. It's not the same kind of comedy as the original two were, right? I mean, it's a different kind of comedy. It's a little SNL, right? I mean, you have people Melissa McCarthy and Leslie Jones and, even Chris Hemsworth, who are bringing these different styles of comedy into this pre-existing franchise. And, it ended up being a little bit, it doesn't fit. It felt like they were trying to fit a square, a rectangular block into a circular hole, right? It was just I'm just trying to get it in there, jam it in there. And it ended up kind of being a bit of a CG fest. Towards the end, I remember there was a lot of
It looks like Disney's Haunted Mansion meets Ghostbusters, and I don't really care.
Yes, I think
about
that's apt. I think that's apt. Yeah, 100%. I am 100% keen for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yes.
I think there's something really beautiful about the story of Jason Reitman growing up on the sets of Ivan Reitman's films and, experiencing his dad and watching his dad play with these characters. And now decades later, Jason Reitman gets to play with these toys in this sandbox. And I'm just there's just something really, really, really sweet about that.
Yes.
I really enjoy that kind of backstory behind the scenes sort of element of it. And, I don't love all of Reitman's films, Jason Reitman's films, but I think he's, the films that he has, put out there, I think Up in the Air he did, that was, really good.
Mm-hmm.
He made another movie called Thank You, dude. Thank You for Smoking is amazing.
It's so good. It's, my God, I can't wait to cover that someday.
It might be my favorite film of his. He did another one with Charlize Theron called Tully.
Did he do Juno?
That was really good. No, he didn't do Juno. I think that was written.
No, yeah, he definitely directed Juno. I'm looking at his film. He didn't write it. Yeah, he didn't write it, but he definitely directed it.
I'm thinking about Diablo Cody, the writer of Juno. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no man, that's he's a fucking solid filmmaker. So I'm really, really keen for his take. The cast looks amazing. The trailers look great. We should be getting a new trailer soon, actually. That film's not too far away. So, yeah.
And he's the executive producer for Whiplash. That's fucking awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
That's really cool, sick. Dude. I love Jason Reitman, man.
So, can I talk about Ghostbusters 2 now? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
No, look, I'm gonna keep it brief because we've been running for a while. But I'm with you, dude. I think this is the more enjoyable film. I think this is the more rewatchable one. And that's solely probably because I was introduced to this one first. I experienced this one on TV and I was like, what is this? I was really young, walked in, my cousins are watching it and I was like, this is fucking sick, man. This is, it's hilarious too. And then I remember seeing Vigo, the painting of Vigo at that age. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? And then for the longest time thinking that was the only Ghostbusters film. I thought that this one is the only Ghostbusters film for the longest time. And then I went back and I watched the original and I loved it. I still, it's more of, and cause that's the thing about going backwards. I looked at the first Ghostbusters being that's more of what I loved about the second one kind of thing. Whereas obviously if people grew up with the first one and they saw the second one coming out, okay, it's more of what we loved about the first one. It's just repackaged and restructured to be the same, basically.
Right.
And I get the criticisms, right? I mean, if you watch that first film, this might feel a little lazy, like in terms of like structure, because it's basically the same sort of like film.
Right.
And I get that, the slime. Oh, dude, by the way, I'm totally going to call it mood cum throughout the fucking thing.
Mood cum.
Because that's what it is, man. Like, it's fucking mood altering cum. Anyway, so, yeah, like I get that that's like not the most exciting thing, but I like that it's overall kind of like a positive message. Like, like it's kind of like a let's fucking get together and, like, because New York is in film the most cynical city on the planet, right? I mean, like, it's just supposed to be, like it's always presented that way. Like people are like always arguing and all that, and like, all that shit. So like I really like enjoyed the message behind it. I think Venkman is hilarious in this one, dude. Like there are little jabs in this, and I'm just like, man, that is so good. Like, and I think this is the first time I watched it after Harold Ramis's death. Actually, like I think this is the first time I'm watching it after that. So every scene that you get with Egon, it's just like, man, what a fucking sweetheart. Like he's just such a sweetheart in this movie, man. I love him. Like do re Egon.
He's the Jeff Goldblum of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, dude, he totally is. And that smile he gives after that, he's just like, yeah, I fucking did it. He's just so lovable, man. Yeah, I do like that this gives Rick Moranis' character a bit more to do, right? I mean, like, it's not a lot. And when I say do, I mean do Janine Melnitz, because he gets it. Oh, hell
yeah. Yeah.
He gets it, right?
Dude,
like they go
the
deep.
line where he's like, no. And he goes to ask her, he goes, would you like to have dinner with me tonight? The way he spits it out, I rewound it last night and I was like, did you hear the way he said that? Oh my God, dude. Like he is a treasure, man. I miss, oh
Rick
my
Moranis.
God. Yeah. Rick Moranis. Thank you.
I think the trump card of this film is Peter McNichol.
Yes.
Like, man,
oh, yes.
Holy shit. Dude, when Janosch comes out, for the longest time, I thought Peter McNichol was this guy. I thought he had this accent.
A lot of people do.
Like, dude, because like I saw him in like the Bean movie after this, right?
Yes,
so, like,
that's
he's
one of my
favorite
movies of all time.
Good,
is the Bean movie, dude.
The Mother Teresa painting.
Oh, dude,
that's the one, right?
It's
like,
Whistler's mother. Whistler's mother.
Yeah, it's Whistler's mother. Yeah, I was like, fuck, what was it? It was something like that. But anyway. So good. Like, and I was like, wait, why is Janosch speaking with a normal accent?
Yeah, right. But he's like, Johnny, where are you from? Upper West Side?
Dude, when he busts on the scene on this, he's just like, everything you're doing is bad.
Yes.
I want you to know this. And he's like, dude, he's just like, nobody listens to me.
I love him. He's like, yes, the joyfulness is over. His fucking line delivery is great. But yeah, he was David in Bean to me, which is just one of the greatest movies. I will fucking, if somebody told me like, hey, we're moving Bean, you can never watch again. It's like, I will put a knife in your ribs. Like, don't even fucking try. Like, it's one of the, I remember going to see that with my brother Austin, and that is like forever, like a spiritual linked. And I bought him a poster of that movie, like the movie poster when it came out. And it was from like early, like 98 or whatever. But this was like back in like 2010, 2012. But it took forever to find that poster because they didn't really do a lot of reprints on it. And I was like, dude, I'm so mad I didn't keep that for myself because I fucking love, dude, Bean is so good, man. And I don't like the TV show, but I love the movie. I know that's random.
Oh, really? I love the TV shows, dude.
It's okay. Like, it is funny. It's good. But the movie is just, oh my God, it's fantastic.
So back to American Psycho anyway.
Right, yeah.
It's like we have no idea what we're talking about anymore.
Right.
But no, like, I do think that this is the better version. Like, my brother and I fucking, we destroyed the VHS of this when we were younger. Mm-hmm. Like, like the amount of times we saw this movie was just, unprecedented. Like, we could quote this movie back and forth. I think there are, it's not perfect. There are elements that don't make sense. Like, for example, did New York just forget about the giant fucking ghost invasion in the first film?
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, you're going to outright deny something that was like a major event, would have been international news. But also, like, is Vigo controlling the slime, or did they both just show up at the same time?
Yeah,
I kind of have an answer to that. There's a lot of lore you have to dig into. Basically, it's like the guy from the first movie, like Ivor Shandor, he built the apartments and stuff. And they did talk about him when they're in jail, and they're like, this guy did a lot of unnecessary surgery and stuff. Apparently, in the mythology of Ghostbusters, he has like an island kind of outside New York, and he pumped this like sludge in, and there's like, if you play the Ghostbusters video game, which I did, it's really, really good. There's like green mood slime, pink, black, red, yellow, and they all do different things. And it's like, oh, okay. So there's like a larger like mythology to it. And there's a lot of YouTube shit on there of people who just cover Ghostbusters stuff. But if you haven't played the game, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's really good. I love it. But yeah, there's a lot of shit like that doesn't really make any sense, where it's like, wait, how did this happen? Like, how did this person know? Like, when Janos takes the baby, she's immediately like, the museum. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? I'd love for her to show up and just be like, oh, it's locked. No.
Does she like think that Janos lives at the museum? Is that
right?
Is that like?
Like, if he had taken Oscar and been like, if you want him back, come to the museum, or like said something to her, or if she saw him like ghost into the building, okay, that makes sense. But like, now you're just, as people just have to know stuff, whatever. It's because movie. It's okay. It's not, if it were trying to be something more serious, I would fault it more, but it's like, it's Ghostbusters, it doesn't really drive me around the bend.
And there are there are moments when I totally like forget which scenes are in which movie. Like the scene in the first one where they go to the fire station and Ray's like, let's get it. Let's like, he's so excited, dude. Like there's like I for some reason I kept thinking that was in this movie, but I'm like, no, plot wise that doesn't make sense. They already fucking have the fucking firehouse. So yeah, man. Like I think there are like it's crazy because it's that one director whose vision is so like between like these two movies, which there's a 5-year gap. It's so interchangeable, right? Like if you had two directors, I think it'll be a bit different because visually it'll look different and like the presentation is different. So I think it helps that Reitman directed both of them, which I was like really kind of like because he's not a big sequel guy, right? Like Reitman, if you look back at his like kind of like filmography,
I guess not.
He doesn't do that many sequels to his movies, but I mean, Ghostbusters was such a gigantic hit back in the day.
Dude, that and fucking Kindergarten Cop, like, dude, he's made so many. Ghostbusters 2, Kindergarten Cop. Apparently, he's like a producer, I guess, on the new Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, I couldn't think of the fucking thing, but he also did, Dave Space Jam. I didn't fucking know he did Space Jam. Hold on.
Yeah, he's one of those directors. Yeah, he's one of those directors where you're just like, fuck, he directed that. Really?
It's like George Miller when it's like, hey, he did Happy Feet. You're like, what?
Yeah,
like,
he did Babe. What?
Yeah. He did Stripes, Meatballs. The funny thing is he does Cannibal Girls with Eugene Levy. And when everybody's running out of the theater, when you look, the marquee says Cannibal Girls and then it goes down. I was like, I don't know why I connected those two. But you got anything? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Okay, good.
All right, see you later, guys. Bye.
See you. It's been our half-hour-long podcast. But picking up 5 years, like I said, after the first film, we're introduced to Dana and her son Oscar. I do like the world building because it's the only kind of world building that we'll get, that people are being dicks to each other, and you see like the guy getting the ticket, the girl on the crutches. This is about as much world building as you're going to get out of the whole movie.
I like the idea that the ooze has been like working away at the city for a very long time, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like like the ooze has been like pushing people and pushing people and pushing people. Dude, the fucking 5 years later title card came up, and I'm just like, hold on, did I miss some of the movie? Like
it was just the beginning.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
It's like because, dude, it's like 5 years later in context to what?
Right,
it's just like the Columbia logo goes down, right? And it's like, boom.
5 years after the Columbia logo? Like, dude, I had a guy I worked with. I was so jealous because he was like, as a kid, somebody in my family had recorded Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 onto one big DAT tape, or, he called it a DAT tape, just one long VHS. He's like, so as a kid, I would sit there and Ghostbusters 1 would wrap up, and then a few seconds later, 5 5 years later would pop up and the second one would start. And I was like, that's fucking cool. I was like, that's awesome. That's a good way to watch
I wrote one
those.
note for this movie, and I'm just like, 5 years later, title card note, are you drunk? Like, are you supposed to show up now?
It's like, I'd love if it were just like, where have I guess I snoozed there for a minute. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But
shit.
This is basically where we get the first signs of supernatural. You know, we see Dana and Oscar. We see them, being chased. I love this scene. I think it's great, especially because a lot of this stuff is not, it's not digital nowadays. This would probably be a lot of digital shit. But I love the actual, the undeniable paranormalness of it, where it's like, dude, you can't. Come on, that thing was steering itself. It was turning and like avoiding stuff. Like you can't really fuck with it anymore. And just, man, it's a nail biter.
It was steering itself, and a guy driving a car or a truck can clearly see that it's steering itself, but he still decides to honk the horn.
Right, yeah. The guy who's like, oh, these babies are getting out of control.
Oh, shit. Those self-driving prams, god damn it. But I love, I mean, like, obviously the theme, right? Like the, and then like, you go straight into it. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, I dig this a lot, and I think that this is it's a pretty exciting way to start off the second one. The shot, there's a lot of moments in this movie that are like burned into my brain. And the one of this is where the camera is real far back and you can see all the way down the street. And it's like, dude, that to me, I love shots like that because you show the rest of the world. But I just hate the fact that we don't really see, the only world building we get is here at the beginning and then in the montage. That's it. There's literally nothing else. It's like, that kind of sucks, I wish there was a little bit more.
Because the first one, to its credit, really showed off that this is a New York film, right? I mean, like very much like, I'm gonna bring it up. Have you seen Die Hard with a Vengeance? Like Die Hard with a Vengeance. That's the third one with Samuel L. Jackson.
A long time ago, yeah.
Okay, that one is very much like every time I think about that movie, the first thing I think about is New York. Like it's just like shit, man. Like that city, the city is the setting, right? Like, in this one, it feels like a little less so because you're only in like 3 or 4 like primary locations. Right. Whereas in the first one, you're kind of like, there's a little bit more going on.
No, 100%. Yeah. And we definitely see a little bit more, not a whole lot, but more than the second one for sure. It's just weird that like you get world building and you see the city in the first one, but the public doesn't really play a huge part of that. But the second one does, it's like, okay, that's weird. I love
this. Oh, sorry, Colin. I was just going to say, I love this kind of like red herring here. Kind of like you think that they're showing up for a job, right? Like that this is an actual, like, an actual job. And like, he's like, how many are there? And she's like 14. And they're like going in like all serious. And it turns out to be this fucking birthday party. It's great. It's actually really good, man. It's really good misdirection.
Well, I love Mary Ellen Trainor, who's, she's the mom from Goonies. She's in Monster Squad. She's hot as fuck. Like as a man with a man dick now, I'm like, good God, what? As a kid, I just did not see it. I'd see somebody like, I don't know, like Phoebe from Monster Squad, and as a little kid, be like, oh, she's cute. And now as a man, I'm gonna fuck your mom. Your mom's hot as shit. Yeah, you know who the kid that's talking shit to him is?
Jason fucking Reitman.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get anything past me, dude. I'm sorry, you're just not.
Just you like blocking pucks with your head with no helmet on. Like fuck. Yeah.
I love that dude. Like I love because he has cameos in not all of his father's movies, but quite a bit.
A lot of them.
Like he shows up. Yeah. But I love the idea of that, man. Like my father says you're full of crap. Like it's just such a meta joke as well. It works on such a meta fucking level.
Yeah, and and I'll say that is just a little, again, not great world building, but it shows the current public opinion of where these guys are at. Even a little kid is like, dude, you're full of shit. You can't even get a little kid to like you. That's an interesting way to show that. I'm tired of taking abuse from overprivileged 9-year-olds. That's a good line. I love that shit. We ended up getting sued by.
I was gonna say, I love how Ray walks out with a fucking birthday hat on his head.
Yes,
like, it's just so
we can't quit now. It's our busy season. And I like Winston. He's like, we conjured up 100-foot marshmallow man, blew the top 3 floors off an uptown high rise, ended up getting sued by every state, county, and city agency in New York.
Fucking preach,
what a ride,
Winston.
I love that, dude. Like just the fact that Ray, I love Ray's like child, like he's not immature. He's just got this like real like, can we stay here tonight? You know, I love
It's
Ray's
consistent.
energy.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh shit, I should have grabbed it. I have my brother Austin again got me a picture, and it's Ramis, Murray, and Aykroyd, and it's signed by Dan Aykroyd. And I was like, oh
that's
shit.
awesome.
And he showed me the picture the guy took of him signing it. He was selling that Crystal Skull vodka, and he was like taking his time and really signing the bottles and stuff, and then somebody handed him a Ghostbusters picture, and he was like, get it out of here, and just signed it real quick.
I was listening to an interview with him on Joe Rogan's podcast, and like the way he talks about that vodka, man, like, you know, he's just like, he sells it. Like I recommend listening to that Dan Aykroyd episode of that of the Joe Rogan Experience, because it is like, you know, he gets into Ghostbusters stuff as well, like behind the scenes. But like the way he sells that vodka, I was like, man, I kind of want to go out and get some of this shit, man. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, he actually he's been pretty honest and upfront. He has autism. He's on the spectrum of autism, which is interesting. I did not know that. And he's got a lot of interesting beliefs and a lot of like occult and supernatural and like aliens and stuff like that. Like he's for real about a lot of this shit. But moving on from there, you know, we're reintroduced to Ray and Zedmore. We jump back over to Dana, who's visiting Egon. This is great. I love this for Egon. It's so good. Because I just love, you know, she's like, yeah, if you don't mind checking it out, don't tell Pete, blah, blah, blah. When he's like, okay, let's see what happens when we take away the puppy.
It's such a good line, man. It's such a fantastic character moment, and like maybe I'm looking into it a bit too much, but like, yeah, if this was made today, we would see the scene of like the puppy being taken away and like the reaction, but that's not what this scene's about. This scene's about how Egon like, you know, experiments and like his kind of like mindset, because he wants to see what the outcome of this is. Like, he doesn't really care about the human emotion side of it. Like, you know, he doesn't care about like the fucking kid. He's just fucking curious to see the outcome of this. It's good, man. Like I love Egon in this. I love that, like, you know, like behind Dana's back, he's like scanning her, like without even like, you know.
Yes, that's my favorite.
It's so good. He's so fantastic. I miss him. I genuinely miss him, dude. Like, I mean, you've seen Knocked Up, like his scenes with like Seth Rogen and Knocked Up. Oh my god, they get me all the time, man. They get me all the time. I mean,
like, I love Ghostbusters. I love, you know, he did like wrote Animal House and Stripes, but it's like Groundhog Day, man. It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest of all time, and it's so hard to, you know, really pick one. But Groundhog Day. That's got to be probably my favorite Harold Ramis. You know, it's definitely past this. The little girl playing with the puppy is Catherine Reitman, and Ivan, or I guess Jason Reitman's sister. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like putting cameos in all types of shit. And, you know, he basically says, you know, he'll check it out and stuff like that. We're introduced to Pete. Pete's doing the show, The World of the Psychic.
Okay.
I love this whole
time on this. We need to spend some time on this, dude.
Hit me.
What is this show? what is this show? I just want to know what a full episode of this show looks like, because it looks like they're just coming back from break for this like one segment.
And yeah, then, like, it's like, is this like all access TV?
Dude,
like,
yeah, like he finishes the show and then he's like, next up, cats.
Weird. Hairless cats. Weird.
Hairless cats. Weird. So, like, how does that relate to psychics? What is this show?
That's what I love, is like his line of like, no respected psychic will come on the show. They think you're a fraud. He's like, I am a fraud. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. And I think like it's just so. Because that first scene in the first one where you meet Venkman is fantastic. You know, when he's like shocking that couple, he's shocking the guy, and like, you know, he's hiding the card from like he's pretending that the girl's getting it all right.
Bunch of squiggly lines. He's like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, it's so good, man. I think this is up there with that, man. Like this is good. Like, and I think it's because of Kevin Dunn's performance, dude. Like him, like being like, I think the world's gonna end. Oh, New Year's. Like him,
this
like
guy was
fucking
all over
freaking
the
out.
place in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
everywhere, dude. But he actually is right.
We talked about him.
Yeah,
he's right.
He's right.
The climax of the movie takes place on New Year's Eve. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I fucking love that little, like, and it's kind of the same thing what you were talking about in the first one. When he's shocking the dude, the guy is getting every single one of them right. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, he even says, like, I don't know, a bunch of squiggly lines. It's like 3 squiggly lines, like, on the thing. It's like, that's fucked up, dude. So your alien had a room in the Holiday Inn, Parabbas. That's one of my favorites, dude. And what's weird is she has said Valentine's Day from like 4 years ago. That's the weird thing. 2016. I was like,
I remember that was making the rounds on Facebook. People were sharing.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Dude, like, I love when like he calls out. He's like, this year. Like, you know, it's like, you know, cutting a bit close, isn't it? You know, you didn't even get like the book series. You didn't even get like the paperback. Your book's just coming out. Like,
if you're going to get that TV,
you couldn't have made it in 1993. Like, it's just so good, man. I love his kind of like back and forth with both of them. Like, you know, Valentine's Day, bummer. Like, it's good, man.
I like it. I like it a lot. Outside the show, they end up bumping into the mayor again. We're introduced to the peck of this movie, which is Jack Hardmire. He warns him to stay away from the mayor. This guy definitely pees on his own nuts because his dick is so small. And again, you know, it's the same thing.
You've made that comparison, like,
it's
comparison good. Analogy a few times in the podcast.
I love it.
Are you airing some stuff out? Is this,
no, not at all.
But hold on, I'm just gonna text Lindsay right now.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
I pee sitting down just out of general laziness, but this guy has to. And what I do is I turn around backwards and I put my elbows on the back of the thing and kind of sit like that.
Yeah, this guy's pee stream doesn't reach to the bowl, right? Like, he has to literally be in the bowl.
The other guy, she's like, the sound of your urine hitting the urinal, it's feminine.
It sounds feminine.
And he basically tells him to stay away from the mayor. Now we're introduced to Janos, moving on to Dana's thing. Obviously, you know, he's got a bit of a crush on her and stuff. And it's like in almost every single one of the shots with the museum, the painting is almost always in the background, just looming. And it's like, oh, that's fucking badass. Like, that's really interesting looking. Man.
Such a good dude.
I kind of like, as I was watching it, I was like, I was looking for a moment of it being like, of like the face moving or something. I was like, maybe there's something in there I didn't catch as a kid, and now I wish they hadn't, and they did, and then it makes me sad.
I look for it all the time. Like, I remember as a kid, I looked for the same things. I was like, man, like, is he moving? Like, you know, like, are his arms like in different positions? But they're not, right? Like, it's definitely made to make you think that, right? I mean, like, you know, there's a reason we're both like looking for it, because it is a sentient painting, right? Like, it is like something that is, you know, that is alive. I love that he just like straight up asks her out here, right? Like, and she
hell
fucking,
yeah! May I take you to a brunch? Do I have bad breath or something?
You got a little.
She's like, no, and like, Jesus,
you know, you got a little white thing in your hair, yeah.
Oh, it's so creepy. And I love Sigourney. I think a lot of people are like, oh man, aliens. And it's like, yes, aliens. And yes, Galaxy Quest. And she's a great actor. But Dana, it's like, you know, I like the fact that you can see her play this total badass in Aliens. And in this one, you know, she's not that she's just some like, she's definitely strong-willed in this as well. She has a lot of great lines, especially in the first one. You know, she's like, you don't really seem like a doctor. He's like, yeah, they're kind of stuck up, aren't they? She's like, you seem like a used car salesman. I'm like, oh, her wit.
So
like
good.
she I love her bullshit detector in these. And it's so, you know, she's not duped by a lot of the stupid shit that like the girl from the beginning of Ghostbusters 1 is. You know, it's like, yeah, I was going to say 8 o'clock. You are a natural phenomenon. Like, I love that bit.
I think my favorite recent movie of hers or performance of hers has to be from Paul.
Yeah, I just watched that the other day. I bought it on YouTube.
It holds up well, man. Like, I Jason Bateman in that movie is fucking awesome. I love Jason Bateman.
Oh, dude. I love that. I can't remember what he says. He goes, shut your dicks and tell me what Bob. It's just something that's a fucking really great line. But yeah, so we're basically, now we have almost all of our characters, you know, minus like Louis Tully and Janine. We've pretty much gotten everybody. And basically, and like I said, Janos will be the Louis Tully of this movie. He's the one that gets possessed, and he has any kind of agency. And we see kind of glimpses of Vigo as well, with the head popping out. Fucking scared the shit out of me as a kid. Fucking terrifying.
Is it weird that I kind of like feel sorry for Janos a little bit?
I definitely, there's a bit of voluntary, like,
before he becomes possessed. Before he becomes possessed,
right.
I feel like when he's like talking to Dana here in this scene, I don't know, there's like something a little bit of like
sad.
Yeah, like, he's like, no one listens to me, like, I just want to ask this girl out, kind of thing. It is creepy, like the way he goes about it with, like, taking the thing out of her hair and shit, and like, he's a little weird, but there's a little bit of like, oh man, like that's sad. That's a sad. Well, yeah, like I feel like he goes back to his apartment, feeds his cat, and just like, just sits down in front of the TV and gets up for work the next day. Like, it's just like stuck in a vicious
reference
cycle.
Is going to go over a lot of people, but if you Google Martin Gore from Depeche Mode, dude, dead ringer. It's a fucking dead ringer for the dude from Depeche Mode. But the Ghostbusters minus Winston, they crash over at Dana's when Ray caves to Venkman's torture. I love him fucking playing with his ears. It's so good. And this place seems cool as fuck. Yes. I would hang out here in a heartbeat, dude. It's like, that's so cool.
The set design here is fantastic. Like, there's like fucking necklaces and shit like hanging like from the ceiling, and like I don't know.
I love it. Give my best to the coven. That's a good line. I like that a lot. It's funny. But like I said, they end up crashing Dana's. They're inspecting Oscar. They're just kind of seeing how he's doing. First kind of bits of Pete and Dana that we kind of see going back, that I guess, he was afraid of commitment, and she eventually just, got out of there before it ended up hurting her. We find out that she was married to somebody else. He got a good job. She ended up leaving. And it's like, I do think it's interesting that it's not just like, I like the fact that it's not just like 5 years later, she's in the same place doing the same thing that she was 5 years ago. She's like, no, I moved on. I got married and I had a kid. And like, you are the one who's still stuck in this like kind of Venkman-esque like rut. And I kind of like that. I like that she has agency to, like, she wasn't for 5 years being like, I've loved you and I've missed you for 5 years. She's like, you're a fucking piece of shit, dude. It's like, I like that. There's something about her character that I like, that you can't really get anything past her. There's something really, really smart, even with Venkman. And it really doesn't take long for them to kind of get pushed back together. But I liked a little bit of, because he does have some really interesting character bits, especially with Oscar. Especially when Vigo shows up. I fucking blanked on his name. And he immediately takes that kid and runs to the back and hides him somewhere. I was like, dude, that's like a very fatherly, like, protective instinct to have. I was like, that's cool. I like that. But this is one of my favorite lines of the whole movie, where they're talking and he was like, my parents didn't believe in toys. Dude, he's like, what? You didn't have a slinky? We had part of a slinky. We had part of I straightened it.
Dude, like, that's what I love, man. Like, it's a joke, but it informs so much about his character as well. Like, it's got like a double edge. Sorry, it's got a dual functionality like to it. Like, it's so good. It's so good,
dude. The line, it's just surprising me. He goes, I should have been your father. He's like, well, I could have been. And it's like, damn, that's one of the only serious lines you actually get out of Venkman, and the whole thing is just him going like, I should have been your dad. Like, I mean, not really, because that's not the same kid. If that, I was like, there's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of things wrong with that statement, but whatever. Okay,
just the sound of like. My brother and I always laughed at like the sound of the door, like whenever, like when these two, when Ray and Egon walk in first, and she goes to close the door, and fucking Venkman just goes bang right against it.
I'd like to run some gynecological tests on the mother. Who wouldn't? It's like, that's not a bad line.
That's so funny. Good. I love it.
Across the street, they, their Gaga meters and PKEs or whatever the fuck these things are. Just, yeah, sure. Science stuff.
I guess.
They end up realizing something. Yeah. They end up realizing something is under the street. And just, there's something that's almost unbelievable about this of like, are you guys that stupid? Like, why don't you take the sewer system and just drill through the wall? Like, the fuck? Like, how did you think this was going to work?
Where did you get this equipment? Where did
Right.
you get the drilling equipment? Later, they've got like an actual like motorized winch. Like, is this in their budget, dude? Like, what?
Right. Yeah. Like, are you guys being like Elon Musk is like privately like sponsoring them? The best line of this whole scene is where, the cop comes up, they give him shit, and he's like, of course is right. Isn't he right, Raymond? He's like, yo. He's like, oh, and he drives off. He's like, hey, what have you been doing? Oh, what have I been doing? Well, you've been getting coffee for an hour? I'm digging a hole in the goddamn street. That's one of my favorite like Egon lines. It's like, what the fuck do you think I've been doing?
I love it, dude.
It just goes on and on. This basically they've hit the honeypot, so to speak. I love it. He's like, yeah, we're gonna need to go in there. Yeah, we're gonna need to go in there. And he's like, so somebody's got to go down there. Yep, somebody's got to go down there.
Dude, the smile on Egon's face, if you pause it, like when like Dan Aykroyd realizes, oh fuck, they mean me, the smile on Egon's face is just so adorable. It's just like, yeah, dude, you're going down there, bitch.
This feels like three brothers who were just like always get the youngest kid to do something stupid.
Totally.
And if this were me, the Spangler and Venkman were my brothers, and then I was Ray. Like, fuck, I don't want to have to run downstairs and get the remote, dude. Like, come on, they're always making you do shit. Yeah, while this is going on, this is where we also get the first kind of interaction between Vigo and Janosch. Dude, just the image of his head coming forward out of the darkness was like, whoa. And I've said this thousands of times on this podcast where I love when something is happening closer to the screen and you've got something a little farther off on the other side. So like Janosch is coming towards the camera as you've got this painting in the background. Like just the imagery of all the fucking shit around him. Like the head thing is kind of goofy. I'll admit that. Like it's like, greetings from the big giant head. Like it's kind of like, okay,
it's like a Rick and Morty thing. Yeah.
Yes, but what's around him? The columns, the pillars. Like, what the fuck is this place? Yeah. Where are you? Like what are you in the castle? Because if you look up, there's like chunks of the roof are out, and like you can see daylight. Like, dude, I want to go walking around in that because that looks fucking interesting as hell. Like, where the fuck?
Do you want to go walking around in there? Without any chance of... How many horror movies have you seen? Oh, you know what? You're going to survive because you're fucking white.
Yeah, right. Well, without any chance of, like, anything coming out and attacking me, if it were just like, yeah, just walk around and look at this castle. Like, dude, it's probably some H.P. Lovecraft, like, medieval nightmare shit. I love the teases that we get of where he is. I was like, dude, I fucking love that. It's subtle, but it's really good. Bring me a child so that I might live again. And he, like you said, he possesses him. A child. But yeah, and his line, some of his lines are kind of goofy now. On a mountain of shit,
something throne of blood.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, some of these are just kind of like, okay, get it. But it's Max von Sydow, so it's like you can't really fuck with it.
He sounds so badass, dude. But like now watching it, you can totally tell that this is not his voice.
Oh yeah, like, it's definitely ad-libbed.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for pulling a once over on him. They were like, nah, fuck this, dude. We're not letting you, if you go, if you haven't watched it, go find the YouTube video of his, like, because it's him getting painted. It's like actual, like a picture. No, it's a picture that they took and then they made it look old. And then he's like standing there the whole time and he does some of his lines and stuff. And it's so fucking bad. But eventually they get busted. They drop Ray down in there. He ends up collecting some goop. Dude, just it's scary just on its own, just this river of shit flowing, but it taking these like really like unintelligent blobby kind of forms and trying to grab you is like, whoa, like it's not this thing could just form a hand and reach out and grab your ankle. It's like these like tentacles that are trying to get you, just these big, not like wobbly things. Like, God, that's fucking terrifying to me, dude. There's something scary as hell about that.
And the color of it too, like it's not like a consistent color. Like there's like pink and there's like purple in there. Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, they made the mood come look really good.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the old pneumatic transit. You guys get me the hell out of here right now. That image is just in my head, just the tentacles trying to grab that foot. It's like fucking shit, man. I hate that. On the way up, he causes the worst blackout in the city's history, apparently, and they are arrested. I just love the fact of, and I don't want to jump too far ahead, but we're kind of there. It's when they're in court and Lewis is like, oh, the blackout was a big problem for everybody. I was stuck in an elevator for 4 hours, but I don't mind because one time I turned into a dog and they helped me. Thank you.
Very good, Lewis. Short, but pointless.
Dude, that's my favorite Egon line from the whole movie. Good though, short but pointless.
Good God. But no, before we get to the courtroom scene, we get Janos visiting Dana, all right?
Yes.
So, like, dude, him, this being like, is like, you okay? You don't want me to come in? Like, it's just like he does that. Like,
what the fuck?
Like, he's acting like all alpha male. It's just hilarious because he's not that. And he's just like, But I love, like, him, like, also kind of, like, being intrusive. Like, oh, where's the baby? Woo! What the fuck
are you
doing?
I had a guy come up the other day, because it's getting summertime around here, guy doing exterminating. And he was like, hey, if you got a few minutes, if I can come inside and just talk to you about stuff. And I'm like, well, I work from home. I'm working right now. I was like, do you have a card? Didn't have a card. Didn't have anything. Didn't have a card with him. Somebody dropped him off and he was walking door to door, with his uniform on. They were hitting up neighborhoods. And I was like, yeah, I got to talk it over with my fiance. And he's like, well, is she in there? I'll stick my head in there and say, hey. And I was like, dude, back the fuck up real quick. And I was like, I don't fucking know you. You don't have a card. You don't have a car. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are, dude. Don't show up and knock. Like, you got a t-shirt and a hat. That ain't dick. I don't know who the fuck you are. It's weird, man.
He didn't have pants?
Yeah, it didn't have pants. His dick was coming out of his belly button. His teeth were in his ass. It was real weird.
You just described like literally like the East Area rapist. like he used to wear like a t-shirt and no pants. Like, it was hilarious.
Really? Oh, fuck.
Not hilarious.
Was he like Winnie that's what Matt Anderson calls Winnie the Poohing it. The t-shirt with no pants. We did Invitation. That's when he said that. I fucking love that joke. But yes, the hallway eyes are fucking terrifying.
Oh,
and it's
my
holy
God.
shit.
Dude.
That's fucking great.
It's like there's just something like the way the music kicks up and like the way he structures his hands, like the drums. It's beautiful. It's such a fantastic note of horror in this comedy. Like because you keep forgetting that this is also supposed to be somewhat scary, right? Like this is the bones of like Ghostbusters is horror comedy, right? So when we get this, I'm just like, oh my God, that is terrifying. Like, it's fucking great.
Yeah. Well, also, it just shows that, hey, this guy knows where you live, and this is what he's capable of. Like, he probably could have kicked that fucking door in and snapped your neck and taken your kid, like, easy peasy. And I still don't understand why he doesn't. I mean, you could probably...
it's a fucking kids movie.
Right. It's because movie, but it's like, dude, you should be powerful enough to kick that door down, throw her out a window, and just take that kid and fucking skedaddle. But whatever. In court the next day, I fucking love all this.
Dude, the judge,
especially with
Harris
Yulin.
Yeah, we talked about him on Training Day.
Dude, yeah, Scarface. He's in so much good shit, man. I love. He popped up in an episode of, he was in Rush Hour. He popped up in Frasier, like in an episode of Frasier the other day. And I was like, dude, this guy worked his ass off in the 90s. Guys, you guys are making a big mistake. I do taxes and probate stuff. I got my law degree at night. Oh, that's good. We were arrested at night. It's like such good lines. Like it's not as funny as the first one because I don't feel like the first one is a very biting humor.
Yes.
And this one isn't really that sarcastic about stuff. Like Venkman is definitely sarcastic, but the first one was like, I mean, definitely had some, I love Egon. He's like, your mother. And he starts chasing Peck around like after everything, the whole station blows up and stuff. Dude.
I just want to interject.
Yeah, go, Mr. Lawyer Man, go for it.
This trial takes place the next day.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Hold on. So the prosecution have set up all of their exhibits. The court has been, the court date has been set as the next day. This is a full trial. Like this is a judge. Well, it's a judge alone trial. So like, there's no jury. But like, right. It's like this can't happen the next day. There's just no fucking way, dude. Also, like, fuck, there was something else too. Like, this is like some kind of like weird like kangaroo court shit. Like, there's no accuracy to like any of this whatsoever.
Or he's like, objection, he's leading the witness. It's like, no, the witness is leading you. Yeah. Like, even I know that. Like, dude, I'm not a lawyer, but I know that.
My favorite moment of this entire courtroom scene is Venkman just like mumbling
Just helping a friend, just helping a friend. And it was just somebody who was in what? It was just somebody who was in it's an isolated incident. It won't happen again.
Venkman's like, I don't want to be here. Like, I've got better things to do. Like, just always looking around.
The best. And he's like, Mr. Tully, do you have any testimony that has some bearing on this case? And he's like, do we? And he's like, no, I think we've given them enough already.
That's good.
God, this is so quotable, dude. It's great. Kitten, what I'm saying is that sometimes shit happens. Somebody's got to deal with it. And who you going to call? So quotable right here. He's like, why you took it upon yourself to dig a very big hole in First Avenue? There's so many holes, but I didn't think anybody would notice. Like, dude, he's great. Like, so many one-liners. But the boys have the book thrown at them, and all hell breaks loose when the slime reacts to Judge Wexler's rage. Dude, I wish we could reach back to a pure time and burn you at the stake. Jesus Christ.
Very impartial judge.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, none of this actually happens. It's Jugs Wexler just stroking out on the...
Did the Ghostbusters rape his mother? Like, is this like...
I know, Jesus Christ, man. Like there is like it's like a comical level of absolute hate for this, I
mean, this is dude, like the level of impartiality, like this is... On appeal, this case gets thrown out immediately. What the fuck?
Yeah. The thing, the Scoleri brothers pop up, which is great. Great imagery. They're, it's a little dated now, but they still look plenty scary with still strapped into the chairs
skinny
and shit.
One horrifies me, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, the best part, one of my favorite parts of this is when the judge leaps off of the front and it just explodes and he crawls to the front. It's like, dude, I love that shot. It's so good. Everybody gets fucked up in the courtroom, but my favorite, he's like, "Oh God, no!" And he's like, "You're next, Bubbles." Like, I fucking love it's such a stupid line, but I love it.
But I love the idea of these guys that he sent to the chair, coming back to haunt him. It's just like they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to do something that was so personal to the judge. Like, it could have just been a random ghost that ran rampant in the courthouse. But I love the idea that it's these guys that he killed in essence. Like, it's good,
right? Well, it's also taking the skeptic and making them not only believe but beg for help in what they're doing. Yeah. Don't talk to me, talk to my attorney, and that's me. My guys are still under a judicial estrangement order. Jesus that boot thing I got from her.
And you don't want us exposing ourselves.
That's. I love it, especially once they get booted back up and stuff, and the worries about the half-life batteries of it's got a half-life of 5,000 years. I think we'll be okay. But dude, this is way more iconic than them going to the Sedgwick Hotel and getting Slimer.
Yes,
I love them just that sound. I wouldn't say so iconic. Fucking good.
Iconic means more popular. I think that one is more popular. I think this is better. I think that this see. I just because I definitely see them in the hotel is I do think that's more popular, and I do think that's what some people would jump to. But them in the suits actually doing it's dude, I love them just wearing these suits and doing it. And to me, that image pops up so well because I think this one, I will say it is more iconic because you get the Do, Re, Egon. It's like, dude, that's so, come on, man. That's so quotable. I want a portrait of Egon just smiling after he says Egon, dude. It's so fucking beautiful.
I definitely, as a kid, I was Ray. As an adult, I'm definitely Egon, 100%. I just, that kind of dry humor. What does she say? She's like, "Do you read?" And he's like, "I collect, what is
spores, molds, and fungus."
Spores, molds, and fungus. That's what it is. But eventually they defeat the Scoleri brothers. I like, especially they all start laughing. He's like, and Egon, so fucking funny, man. Man. And this is genuinely terrifying. But the way it's shot from all these high angles, and you see them in the center of the room working back to back to back. You two snatch them and I'll bag them. God, I fucking love that. Everybody knows what they should be doing, and it's okay, you got him, I'll set the trap. I fucking love that.
Well, this was also a big realization to me when the first time I saw this. I was like, oh, hold on, the proton packs, the cannons, the guns, whatever you want to call them. they're not shooting at the ghosts. They're using them to wrangle the ghosts. Like, they're not actually...
It's like a lasso more so.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, okay, that's a pretty cool idea, man. Like, I like that they're not trying to, like, harm the ghosts or, like, destroy them. They're just trying to capture them. Like, I love that idea. And yes, I know I could have probably got that by watching the first film first, but no.
No, I mean, I like that. And a lot of this is Dan Aykroyd, man. Like, I have a book that came with I bought it on a 2-pack of DVD years ago, and it came with a little booklet of like what he pictured as he was drawing them in like riot gear with helmets and shit. And I was like, dude, that's fucking badass. But they had to tone down a lot of the stuff for the first movie. But now the Ghostbusters are back. They montage their way across the city and back into the good graces of the public. They discover the slime is neutral and only takes to the emotions around it. And also, Egon is fucking it, which is weird. But that part cracks me up. But what do you think about this montage? Like the ghost jogger, and like them just entering like the slime out of a telephone, and it's like I just wanted to see some ghost with a giant dick, like like them just pouring the cum out of a phone.
Dude, the ghost jogger is hilarious because I love that he like checks his pulse. Like as he's running,
so stupid.
It's awesome, man. And like, you know, their TV advertisement is so fucking garbage and corny and hammy.
So good.
Who are you going to call? Like, it's fucking good.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
free thermal coffee mug and balloons for the kids.
The ghost is terrifying us again. like it was that like ghost like. Oh man, it's good, man. It's.
This movie definitely introduced me to Higher and Higher by Jackie Wilson, the song that plays in the toaster. There's like a remake, or I guess like a cover that they did, which is the one they play at the end. It's different from Jackie Wilson's like original one. But if you ever get the chance, or if you want to look up, you know, on YouTube, Jackie Wilson Higher and Higher live, and it's like, dude, that guy was so energetic and such a good singer. Like, holy shit, he's all over the fucking place. But like I said, Egon's been fuck. How does Egon fuck it? You know, that's what I want to know. And it's like, do you get it real mad, or do you make the slime happy? Because I feel like you get it mad, it's going to be more, you know, it's going to have some grip to it. You gotta be careful. I think he'll rip your dick off.
Dip your hand in the jar and then just masturbate. Right? I mean, like, isn't that?
Nah, you gotta cut a hole in that thing and just shove it all up in there.
Cut a hole in slime.
Well, put it in a container and cut a hole in the container, and then just blast Metallica underneath it and just make it, you know,
just get this thing Jason Biggs on it. Yeah, nice.
Like I said, they discover the slime is neutral. We have an entire scene that really doesn't do shit except tell us that Dana doesn't like the painting. That's so weird to me when he just shows. It's just such a weird moment where it's like, okay, why is this scene even here? Like, I guess it's just to introduce him to the painting, but it's like nothing really, there's really nothing in here that, like, this is kind of what I have a problem with this movie. It's like, what is this scene for? I guess other than for Pete to see Vigo, I guess. I have no idea, but we're going to do that in a minute anyways.
Yeah,
you know?
True. It's to be introduced to the painting, like, and like, I agree. It does seem pretty pointless.
I guess for maybe Pete and Dana, that's the only thing. Also, is like seeing them kind of.
Yeah, but also Pete runs into Janosch here as well, and I think he kind of like gets the sense that something's a little off about this guy, right? I mean, dude, the way he shakes his hand is fucking hilarious. He just wipes it,
wiping his hand.
Say, Johnny, you got to go again too.
Yeah, this is one of the only things like this, and like, why is the scene even here? And then once they get there and they're investigating, why are you here investigating? Like, did Dana tell you to come investigate the painting? Because this has nothing to do with the slime so far. There's no evidence that this painting has anything to do with that. This painting hasn't done anything. Nobody's seen it do anything. And it's like, I don't understand why you're here.
I think it's because in this scene, Dana says, you know, I'm feeling pretty uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel like it's looking at me. And then, like, that's when, you know, they both turn around and Janosch is quite clearly speaking to the painting, right?
That's
like, fair. I think it's kind of like let's just check it out, right? I mean, like, let's just go check it out.
Can't hurt anything.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Because it is, you know, I think he definitely puts a lot of stock into what Dana says, right? Like, Dana's not the kind of woman who is, you know, who would make shit up, right? I mean, like you said, she's a very good character with agency, and she's very stoic and very
logical,
right? Exactly. So if she has a suspicion about something, if I was Venkman, I'd want to check it out. I'd want to verify.
Sure. After that, we get Dana's bathtub trying to eat her. This cracks me up because it's like, bitch, do you not hear the water stop?
Yeah.
Like it kind of kills me. And it's like, I love this character and I love Sigourney Weaver, but it's like, dude, come on. Like, there's no way you wouldn't notice that water. You wouldn't notice the coming out of the fucking drain.
As a child,
dude, yeah.
Terrifying.
Oh, it's like a mouth. It looks like a mouth trying to fucking like eat you.
It's not. See, to me, I don't think it was the shot of the bathtub like trying to eat her. I think it's the actual goo and like the shot of like the goo coming out of the tap, the spout, and like the music that they use as well. It's just so ominous. It's like it's really well done. I think after that though, when we see the bathtub like morph, that doesn't really work for me as well.
Ah, man, I'm the opposite.
Because the goo ends up looking like intestines in the water. Like that shit freaks me out too. Like,
it's like the goo is not intelligent enough to take. It couldn't be like the T-1000 and just take form. But it makes this like if you talk with your hand, you're like that's what it looks like. It's trying to just paw. Like it's such a. It just shows you like how unintelligent this thing is. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's obviously, it's being controlled by, and this thing, there's a lot of backstory with like Shandor, and he's responsible for the ooze. And I guess that Vigo just happens to show up as the ooze is still there from the first movie. And it's like, I would, maybe a little explanation from that wouldn't hurt anything, like there's some parts I would cut out of this movie. We have a couple of montages where it's like, well, maybe we can cut a little bit of this out and give a little bit of backstory as to like where the fuck this shit is coming from. I mean, it's I don't need it, but I wouldn't mind it, because as a kid, you don't really question anything. But as an adult, it's like, well, does Vigo control the slime? Like, did it come with him? It's like, or did it show up like before Vigo to like precede him? And I was like, I don't know. It's a lot of stupid shit that I'm asking myself, but it's just like my brain of like, what's the origin of this thing? It's just, is it a coincidence that both of them show up, or are they one and the same? Because you see the slime behind him in the painting, but there's like a lot of shit that I read that slime is like, there's a lot of slime and shit in Ghostbusters, like even Slimer. There's that ectoplasm, and that's not just like, oh, it's just Gozer, oh, it's just Vigo. It's like, no, that's like a cross-dimensional thing, I guess, which is really interesting. There's a lot of mythology behind this stuff that's really good, if not tedious, but interesting.
My headcanon is that the slime has been there for like centuries, like underneath the city and stuff. Like I like the idea of like the slime making New York cynical and making people argue and fight. Like there's just something about that that's really, I don't know, like it's really logical to me.
I like thinking that it's Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers.
Oh, nice. There you go.
But yeah, like you said, they kind of give each other a glance, and I like what you said about that. They're kind of like, no, we got to check this shit out. Bathtub tries to eat her. She runs to Venkman's. Eventually realizes that she's gonna have to stay the night there. Get a little bit more of this cutesy stuff, between them. I like it. I love they call Ray and he's like, oh my God, really? That's awesome. And he's like, I mean, no, not really, but just so overeager. The thing of seeing Egon work on the tubes that they'll eventually have, like the jizz cannons.
Yep.
There's something about that I fucking love. It's just seeing him with that goddamn weapon. It's like, oh, that looks so cool.
Cannons.
Yeah, the cum cannons.
Yeah, nice.
They look up. Now, this is what's interesting too, is when they show Vigo and you're looking at the screen, it says like Vigo von Hamburg and Dusseldorf.
Yes.
And what's interesting is like the guy that plays Vigo. Yeah, his last name is von Hamburg, but then the twins who play Oscar, their last names are like Duchendorf or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that a coincidence, or did you guys actually combine their names just to like add a little Easter egg? It's like, that's a huge coincidence if that's not planned. I'm sorry.
It's got to be an Easter egg, dude. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's what I like. Duchendorf is a very German fucking name, and especially the guy that plays Vigo is definitely German as fuck. But I mean, I like this. We get this bonding. They realize, Egon and Ray are like, hey, we've got to go. We've got to go check this shit out. We get a little bit more of these bonding moments between Dana and Pete, I like this. This is cute. He's like, I roll over in the night. Your hair chokes me. And I starved to death, or I strangled to death. Like, it's goofy, but it's inevitable, because a part of me is like, even watching this for the 1,000th time versus watching it for the first time, they're gonna get back together. This is inevitable. It's cute, whatever. Like, I'll take it, but. I can't tell you every single one of my nieces and nephews. I have looked at them and said, you're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother. I can't tell you how many times I said that shit.
I fucking love it, dude. Like, it's just like, because it always takes me a second. Not always, but like, I remember the first time I watched it, it took me a second. I'm like, what are you? Oh, yeah, put him down.
You want to put him down?
Right, cool, yeah, all right. But yeah, like, this is like, they rock up to the museum the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. I love. Yeah, he's 105 when he fucking
please
died.
No,
Dude, when he grabs him, the sound he makes when he snatches him off is so good.
It gets me all the time, man. It gets me all the fucking time. Ah! It's like the Wilhelm scream.
The shit I love is about Vigo is where, he basically Rasputin shot, stabbed, drawn and quartered, poisoned, hung. Right before his head died, he said, time is but a door, something is but a window, I'll be, it's like, death is but a door, time is but a window, I'll be back, which is a fucking awesome line. It's like, okay, that's pretty cool. They realize that the whole place is hot. This place is spiking like crazy. I'm sorry, we're reading over notes. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so they show up, this is what's interesting, is they show up and the whole area is really hot, and then Ray has that moment of just like staring off into the painting, which there is a little bit of like, not a totally abandoned subplot, but there's deleted scenes where he's like getting possessed like Janos is. And I was like, okay, cool.
Like the end, right? I mean, like, it comes back around in the end as well.
There's a whole scene apparently they cut, like when he's driving erratically in the montage, where like he's driving. I haven't watched it, but from what I've read, it's him driving and he's like, I'm going to kill them all. Like, and just, I think it's Winston has to like punch him in the face and like knock him out.
Well, actually, there is a moment that they left in the montage. So it's that scene, like, like where you, because Peter's like sitting in the Ecto-1. I think he's in the back.
Right.
And he's just like,
it's where Venkman's like, what the fuck is this problem?
What the fuck just happened? Like, I, for the longest time, was thinking, why did Venkman just react like that? But yeah, it was from that deleted scene.
Yeah. As a kid, too, I was like, that's weird. Like, okay, I guess it's a funny bit that Ray's driving erratically or whatever, but like, okay, whatever. And that will definitely come back into my thing at the end. So I'm not forgetting about this, right, cool. my ending.
This is a lot of hype, by the way. This is. I hope this is going to pay off for you. I really do, because
I hope so too.
You are hyping this up like a motherfucker, and I can't wait.
I think it's cool, but that's just me.
Oh, look at him. He's already downplaying it. He's already fucking downplaying it.
Back home, Pete tries to talk Dana into a night on the town, and eventually she agrees. Why? There's so many where it's like, put her in a towel. It's like, why? Why does she take her shirt off to fucking wash the baby? Like, maybe you don't want to get your shirt wet. I get that. She should just have like a big t-shirt on, like there's really no reason for that. But as a kid, fuck, my little man dick was like, oh my God, there's a woman in a bra.
I'm actually surprised like she agreed to do that, like considering how, because with Ripley, I remember with Ripley when in at least the first Alien, I think the executives talked about trying to sexualize her, and she was like, no, like, I am not going for this. Like, this is not going to happen. I think more in Aliens, actually, James Cameron. I don't think James Cameron was trying to sexualize her. I think there was like an idea of like, let's maybe try to like sexualize her a bit, like, but like, no, she's a soldier. Like, she's a fucking survivor. Yeah. So like, it's interesting to see this happen kind of thing. Like,
right.
Like, it's just like,
it's kind of weird. It's like, this is okay. I don't need this. I don't, as an adult, I go, why is this even in here?
Yeah. Just something quickly that we skipped past in the previous scene. Dude, I love Venkman just not respecting the painting and what Vigo is. Like, Viggs, yes. come on, ooh yeah, come on, give me 80. Ooh.
Destroy me,
yeah, come on. Oh my God, man, he's fucking perfect. We didn't talk about Bill Murray enough, but he's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, as I get older, it's like, I like Bill Murray. He seems like he'd be a cool guy, but he's definitely, Venkman is like one of my least favorite. Maybe it's just because as a kid you like him so much, and he is kind of the main Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you kind of like, maybe that's why as an adult I'm more interested in Zed more, because he doesn't get anything to fucking do. But eventually, like I said, he talks her into a night out of the town. Ray, Egon, and Winston discover Ray and Egon discover the river of slime behind Vigo and his painting, and are almost killed until Winston shows up and finally fucking does something, which is nice. Like, oh, finally he shows up and when he chops through the door, and it's like, where the fuck is where the fuck has this guy been the whole time?
Literally,
like, this is
literally exists just to put out a fire in this movie.
Dude, it's like he shows up in the courtroom. Excuse me. He shows up in the courtroom, and then he pops up here, and that's like, dude, how far? We're halfway through the fucking movie, and you've had 2 scenes. Like, Jesus Christ, man, what a fucking ripoff. Like, I love Ernie Hudson, dude. I love him. Grace and Frankie, Hand the Rock to Cradle. Like, he's always there, and he never is phoning it in. And that guy has had to work his ass off. Like, even when they did the real Ghostbusters, they gave his role to Arsenio Hall. Like, what the fuck, man? And he wanted to do it. I was like, that's terrible. What a shit thing to do to that guy. And, the whole thing is Eddie Murphy was supposed to get it, and then he turned it down, and they gave all of his lines basically to the 3 other leads, the 3 white dudes. And it's like, what the fuck, man? But I do like, if you look, there's a resurgence of adults now who are like, dude, Winston got fucked, and people are pissed. There is kind of like a whole like weird culture around like, this is bullshit, dude.
Dude, one of my favorite kind of back and forths here is in this dark room. So like when they're deciding like what to eat. So what do you think? Chinese? How about Thai?
Yeah,
too spicy. Greek? It's just like Mexican pizza, thin or thick. Chicago. Like there's just something like there's something about like it's just them deciding what to eat for dinner, and it's just so human. Like, it's just so like co-workers. Like, like they didn't need that back and forth, right? But they did. It's in there,
right?
And they feel
it's just
more
a
human.
little something here.
Yeah,
100%. I also don't want to go past Janine and Lewis end up, he agrees to help her come babysit. They eventually plunge into the sewer system, but let's pause it right here, and then let's grab something to drink and come back and take a break. Are you good for that?
Yep. Okay.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second half of our coverage of Ghostbusters 2. Hey guys, what's going on? Colin jumping in here in the middle. Just kind of let you know some stuff that's going on at Midnight Double Feature. First off, please stop by and rate and review us on iTunes. Let us know how we're doing. It helps out so much. It takes 5 seconds and it's free. So there you go. We would really, really appreciate it. Also, you can find us on our socials. We're on Facebook at Midnight Double Feature. We're on Instagram at Midnight Double Feature. We're on Twitter at MDF Pod. Please also join the group that we have attached to our Facebook page. It's called the After Party. Everybody's invited. That group has been really expanding, and we're really excited to see where it's going. You can also find our website, midnightdoublefeature.com. We got our merch there. If you want to know something, you want to find us on our socials, you want to see what all's going on, that's kind of like our main hub. That's really where to find it if you want it. We also have a podcast for Breaking Bad that we have going on. It's called Bad Crystal. It's an interesting show where I actually haven't seen any of the episodes of Breaking Bad. Zoheb has seen it like 15 times, and he's kind of leading me through it. I'm experiencing it for the first time with a veteran, and it's an interesting dynamic, and it's a lot of fun. And lastly, if you really, really, really want to support the show and really put all your cards on the table, we do have a Patreon. That's patreon.com/Midnight Double Feature. It's $5 a month. There's only one tier. You get all access to everything that we've got going on. We've got bonus episodes. We've got off the rails kind of stuff. We've got a lot of stuff that's not going to make it to the main page, and there's a lot more geared for Patreon kind of stuff. So we really hope to see you guys over there. Like I said, plans start at $5 a month and end at $5 a month. That's the only one that we've got going on. We really, really hope that you guys can join up there, and we will hope to see you soon. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Second part of our coverage of Ghostbusters Ghostbusters 2 because we are freshly squeezed. Squeezing makes me feel good. Picking up where we left off, really, which is where they show up and he's like, let me guess. All you can eat rib night at Bittigan's or something like that. I can't remember what he says. You want to blow off this dinner date and go hang out with them and see if the cockroaches in the sewer? This is a great scene. I love this. When he looks here, he's like, women, and just walks off. It's like, it's so good, dude. I love it.
I love that. Is like, nah, I'm not helping out. Sorry. But like also this scene as well is really reminiscent of the scene in the first one, right? I mean, like, doesn't Venkman and Dana's date get ruined by... No. Lewis turns into the dog and ruins and goes into the restaurant or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Because I remember he gets pinned up against that glass and then everybody stops. And it goes right back to what they're doing.
But no one's in there? Is that... Am I misremembering this? Like, is there no character in there that's like on a date or anything? I
don't think so. Maybe they. I don't remember. Honestly, it's been a minute since I saw. I don't want to talk out of term. That sounds familiar, but
fuck that shitty movie. Yeah, like, don't worry about it. It's a terrible movie.
Well, it's like what you said with the plots are so interchangeable that it kind of, you know, it's like, wait, is that in the first one or is that in the second one? You know, it trips you up. But dude, well,
terrifying. Terrifying, dude.
The heads on the spikes and shit. Fuck, man.
Yeah, they tried to make this less scary. The heads on
that's
the spikes,
what I'm saying.
The train, like it's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like the goriest thing are the heads on the spikes, and it's like, fuck, like, holy shit.
And the practical too. It looks so good.
But also just the small things of like, it's like the implied kind of horror. It's like the pictures of Vigo when they're getting him developed and he's like zombie looking, like, fucking shit, man. That's so much scarier than Gozer.
The structure of his head's like
bulbous and
popping
discolored and shit.
I love, this is my favorite kind of like Zedmore kind of like scenes right here. He's like, oh. like, you know, when like he explains about the trains and he's like, oh.
He's like, did you catch the number? He's like, sorry, I missed it. The old pneumatic transit. But dude, yeah, that whole scene absolutely terrified me as a kid. And eventually, they take a trip down to the abandoned tracks. They're confronted by the severed heads in a ghost train before stumbling across an entrance to the slime and getting pulled in.
Now, I want to, interestingly, just something I found on the internet, and I can hear it as well. One of the either, I don't know, Dan Aykroyd or Harold Ramis at one point calls Ernie Hudson Ernie in this scene.
No way, really?
Like as they're trying to pull him in, you can actually like audibly hear it. It's funny.
I did not even catch that. Yeah. I feel like such a schmuck now. Holy shit!
Yeah, you're such a piece of shit. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It's good. But
you know what? I like it. I like the fact that Egon and Ray are like, we're not going to leave him. Yeah, we'll jump in. It's like, that's cool. That's a fucking team. I like that. Over dinner, Pete and Dana, they have some nice moments, as do Lewis and Janine. I like that, dude. Yeah, when she's playing with the ball between her legs, like, dude, that's pretty it's pretty suggestive, man, for fucking PG.
So we're gonna get it on right now.
Yeah, it just cuts to her, the dildo just in her mouth, like Jesus Christ.
She wants fucking anal right now.
Yeah, like, well, she's like, I want to have a baby, and it's like, oh my god, that's the last thing I want to hear before I'm about to smash. Like, I want a baby.
Honey, I didn't shrink my penis. Let's get it up in here.
It's stupid. The slimed up Ghostbusters make their way to the surface and realize that the slime is negatively charged and making them fight each other. And also they realize this is all underneath the Metropolitan Museum of Art. They crash the date between Dana and Pete. Pete. And they're taken downtown by police. Well, again, like you said, this feels like something out of the first movie, and it drives me crazy that I can't think of exactly what that is. And I do feel like that's in there, but then I think maybe I'm just mixing the two plots up, and it's driving me crazy. I wish I'd watched the first one. I really did, but I only had time to watch the second one. But eventually, yes. So they end up getting arrested. They are taken downtown by police. Dana comes home, gave him some French bread pizza. passed right out. So I love Annie Potts. She's from Nashville too, and a lot of like people my age probably don't know who she is or not even aware of where she's from. But a lot of older people are like, "Oh yeah, Annie Potts, like yeah, the girl from Ghostbusters and stuff." Like she's kind of well known, especially around a lot of like older stuff. She's in Pretty in Pink. She's great in Pretty in Pink. But the
can we just talk about how so Dana comes home, right, and Lewis and what's her name, Janine have been like going either going at it or just about to go at it. Right. I think like
preheating that oven.
She needs to be more mad. Like Dana needs to be more mad at this situation. Like I get it because Lewis was about to get his nut, and I don't think he gets his nut too often. But it's also like, come on, dude, like you should be looking after the kid. Like it's just like clearly some fucking supernatural shit has been happening around here. You got to be a little bit more vigilant than fucking dipping your wick in old Janine Melnitz over there.
He's having sex with her and he's, like hitting her from behind, and they put the baby on her back with one of those backstrap things, just like the baby carrier, and just put it on her back. Like
one of those baby Bjorns.
I wouldn't be too mad. If it were her place, I'd be like, I don't want you fucking on my furniture. That's weird. It's like, it's Pete's place. You're good. Like, you know how many times I got fucked on that couch myself? I don't care.
Yeah, no, hold on. Yeah, sorry. That's also another factor too. I keep forgetting that it's not her apartment. Like, I'd be, like, she should be, I understand that, yeah. If they were fucking on my fucking furniture, like...
Yeah, no, that's like, my main thing, is like, I don't give a shit.
You're gonna need to buy it now, right? You fucked it, you bought it, right? Like, hey!
Right.
Buy this furniture now.
Well, yeah,
this leaves with you.
It's like the Seinfeld pee stain, Poppy pee on my sofa! Yeah, no, that would be weird, and that's one thing, you'd always have friends over, stay the night and stuff, and, wake up on a couch with somebody, and you're like, oh, did somebody fuck this person on my couch? And like, what the hell happened? Yeah. It's very weird. It's always awkward.
Dude. Sit down and get up. Is there going to be like crusty semen on my pants?
Am I going to end up getting stuck to my couch? We kind of like all happening at once. They have this meeting with the mayor, and he's like, Mayor, it's good to see you. Just want to let you know, almost 50% of us voted for you. And it's like, 1 out of 4 of them voted for him.
I love how he genuinely thanks him.
I appreciate
it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
The city's basically brimming with this psychomagnetheric slime. It's negatively charged. This place is going to pop like a frog in a hot plate. Being a jerk and being an asshole to people is every New Yorker's God-given right. Fuck off out of here. Your 2 minutes are up, which is interesting because this doesn't. I feel like this is kind of the opposite in the first movie. Like when Peck shows up and he's like, listen, if we're wrong, Lenny, and he's like, or if we're right, we'll save the lives of millions of voters. And they throw Peck out. But this, I feel like, is the switch. They kind of throw that. I was like, okay, so that is kind of a little bit of a diversion. And they threaten to go to the press. They end up putting him in a mental hospital. Brian Doyle Murray as the doctor, Bill Murray's brother, is the guy talking to Hardmeyer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Isn't he Mr. Krabs? No, wait. That's
Clancy Brown.
That's Clancy Brown, yeah. Brian Doyle Murray's in so much stuff.
What the fuck did I pull that out from? Dude, I pulled that out of my ass.
That's
so
quick
right now.
That was like, Jesus Christ. That's like a sharpshooter. Just firing from the hip. It's like, damn, that's fast.
Clancy Brown is world number one fucking biggest fan over here. Clancy, if you're listening to this, we'd love an interview with you, baby.
I'd love to have Clancy. Dude, Shawshank, Highlander, Pet Sematary 2. Like, dude, he's in so many fucking awesome movies. But as that's going on,
Pet Sematary 2 is an awesome movie, you say.
I mean, it's not as good as the first one, but it's got its redeeming moments.
Hold on. You've got 1 minute to redeem yourself. 1 minute. Let's go.
For Pet Sematary 2?
60 seconds to sell me on fucking Pet Sematary 2. Go.
I like it. Well, it spoils the movie, though. I don't want to. I mean, fuck it. If you haven't seen it, skip ahead.
Okay.
But basically, where they think that he's like he gets buried in the pet cemetery and he comes back and he's got to tape his throat up because mashed potatoes are coming out like while he's eating and shit. But he ends up being like a good guy. He actually ends up being like trying to divert people from using the pet cemetery and trying to. Edward Furlong is the main kid. It's like, okay, it's not a great movie. I was like, it's not, but I like the movie because of Clancy Brown. That's the redeeming part of it. Other than that, though, no, it's not very good. good.
Okay,
It's not American Psycho 2 bad. Like, fuck that. It's better than that, but it's still bad.
I started watching it. I didn't tell you this. I started watching American Psycho 2 because it had Mila Kunis in it.
Right.
And I'm just like, all right, like, come on, she's a fucking smoke show.
Mm-hmm.
It rhymes with smishmortion.
Oh, I watched the scene where Patrick Bateman gets killed, and I was like, dude, this is like 2 beats away from being a late night Cinemax softcore porn. Like, the quality of it is terrible. It's so fucking bad. But, Janos says, hey, if you're going to take the baby, I want the woman. So she'll be mother to me and wife to you. Eventually, Janos does show up, fucking terrifying, riding the bike, looking like Norman Bates. Like, what the fuck, man?
Man, this was... Again, the music plays a very big part in this entire movie. Yeah,
so good.
It's horrifying, man. Like, they do such a good job of like really escalating and like really making you feel what's at stake here. Like, the music is such a big part of this movie, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that the imagery of him right when the eyes hit red is when like that horn section kind of hits. It's like, holy fuck. And there's just something so strange about seeing him dressed up as like a German maid or like a German nanny. It's like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like,
I think it's like I think it's supposed to be a riff on Mary Poppins, but like,
it kind of feels like that.
Like, probably of his kind of like culture's Mary Poppins.
That would be what would Mary Poppins' German name be? Mein Starken Mary Poppins.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, she just takes that, like, instead of the kids loving her and stuff, she just takes out like a small baton and wraps them on the knuckles all the time for stupid shit. She's very German.
Makes them wear like striped pajamas.
Yeah.
To bed.
Oh, man.
Good night, kids.
That dude.
Good night, kids.
So, like I said, they've been committed. They won't really listen to their story. The slime is kind of piling up. Dana makes her way to the shot when she gets in those swinging doors and the thing just boom, and all the ooze starts pouring down. It's like, these parts reminded me of In the Mouth of Madness. Just those big wooden doors walking up to the central building where everything's about to take place. It definitely felt like Mouth of Madness. And I'll be honest, one of the things I don't like about the movie is the goo outside. It just looks, even for 1989, like, dude, it doesn't really look that great. Like the when it's crawling up the building and stuff, it's like, it just really doesn't look that good. I know it's 89, but still, I feel like at 89 there was still something better than that. Oh yeah, after Daner. My name's Daner.
My name is Daner Carvey.
Daner Carvel. After Dana is captured at the museum, the entire city is in turmoil. When the negative slime finally makes its way to the surface, the Ghostbusters are released from the Parkview Mental Hospital, and Jack Hardmire is fired. Kind of all that, taking that in at once. I know that's a big chunk, but it's pretty. Happens very quickly.
We're gonna talk about the montage, dude. This is. Again, this happens in the first movie as well. So it's really like, in my mind, it's very like interchangeable. Like, what happens?
Oh yeah,
like which one goes to which? Because like the first one is like the containment unit breaks and like the beam of light goes up in the sky. They all escape. But man, I love this one, man. Like, I love that bitch's fucking coat just like coming alive.
That's what I'm watching right now,
dude. The Titanic pulling in, man. Like, and it's fucking. It's fucking Cheech Marin in the booth.
Dude, better late than never. Like, and that's great. Originally they wanted
better late than never, Holmes.
Originally they wanted like the Hindenburg, and they were like, "No, let's go with the Titanic." And it's like, yeah, the Titanic is so much more like New York, like it definitely feels that way. But dude, the level 10 thing crawling through like that giant ghost. Yeah. It's like, whoa. That's a movie all on its own. That's a big fucking problem.
That needs the Avengers. Needs the Avengers, dude. That's an Avengers level threat right there.
That needs like Dark Justice League shit. It's like, that's fucking terrifying looking. It's like, that's a whole other problem.
Fucking, dude, yeah, that thing's huge. Fucking Thanos fucking needs to take that shit down.
It's like a goddamn Rancor. It's like, get this fucking thing out of here. That's a bad omen. But like Ben Stein, I like randomly Ben Stein popping up. I was like, where the fuck? No.
So when they were casting, well, like getting the cast back for this movie, there were rumors that Bill Murray didn't want to come back, and Ben Stein was considered as a replacement.
No. What the fuck?
That's legit. That's legit. Yeah.
Then you've got two Egons. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
Like, you could have maybe another Ray,
also,
but no.
Ben Stein's a bit of a piece of shit these days, right? I think he's kind of like fallen from grace.
He's got some very opinionated opinions from what I haven't read enough to like. I've heard them in the negative light, but I haven't investigated it myself. But yes, he's somewhat of a controversial figure now. Yeah,
right, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because the first thing I think of when I see Ben Stein is The Mask, right? Like metaphorically speaking.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously Bueller.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Bueller.
It's like, even though I didn't really grow up watching that movie, Ben Stein was the guy who Kramer's attorney when he's going through all of the stuff, and he's like, let's say that you're actually breathing, but you're not chewing any food or blinking on your own. He's like, I can still go to the coffee shop. That's what I remember him from as a kid. The visual, Hardmeyer's fired, all this stuff happens, of the sun being blacked out and all of that shit, like that weird anamorphic stuff in the sky. Like, that looks great. I don't know what I like better, that, or remember in the first one, all those like streams of light and balls come flying out. It's like, that one looks really fucking cool
from
too.
the beam of the sky. I think this is better. I think this one's better to me. Also, just quickly, there's something iconic to me about the mayor just like pointing like down the desk. He's like, and get me the Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah. I
don't know why. Maybe it's like, whenever this was on TV, and they'd play like an ad for like the
promo
coming up at 8:30, and get me the Ghostbusters. Like, it was like, it feels like iconic to me.
No, yeah, there's definitely shots like that I feel in this movie, and him looking out the window and just being, somebody get me the Ghostbusters. Yeah. It's like, dude, my favorite line of his in the whole movie, and he's like, last night I spent 45 minutes talking to Fiolo LaGuardia, and he's been dead for 40 years.
It's such a good line.
I'm going down as the mayor who let New York get sucked into the 10th level of hell. That's another one of my favorites. It's so good. They end up, like I said, they get released. They show up to the museum. They can't penetrate a thing. Dana's still inside. They're wrapping down the new year. They're kind of like it's a little moment of like, all hope is lost. Like, what are we going to do? There's not enough positivity left in this city. We need a symbol. Yeah. And they go with the Statue of Liberty. And I like this a lot. And what I think I was talking to Lindsay last night is like, what would not be a bad idea is if somebody just made one 3-hour-long Ghostbusters movie where they combined all of this stuff, where like Vigo ended up turning into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and the Statue of Liberty and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man are like rocking it out.
Like, duke it out.
Like, they Pacific Rim that shit. And I was like, dude, I would fucking love that. Could you imagine the Statue of Liberty like picking something up, stabbing the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and she takes her torch and just and lights him on fire.
It sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. Lately I've been in this mindset of like, you think you know what you want until you get it.
Until you get it, and you're like, yeah.
I'm not even kidding. After watching Godzilla vs. Kong, I'm just like, fucking hell. Like, that trailer was awesome. I loved it. But that's all I needed, because that movie went on for what felt like 5 years. Like, it's just like, you think, like, it's such an audience thing, right? Like, you get hyped up, you get like, these expectations. And then it's like, once it's delivered to you, it's just like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
But what's next?
Dude, that's with Batman versus Superman, dude. I'm in the theater, and right when they actually start throwing punches and stuff, Lindsay was like, your grip on my thigh was just like, and I was like, and it was really cool, and I do love that fight, but it's not for a movie called Batman versus Superman. That's fucking bullshit. Like, the 15-minute fight. I was like, it sucks. I do like the warehouse scene and the apocalypse, or Doomsday fight is cool, but I was like, dude, this sucks.
Wait, you seen the Snyder Cut yet?
I have not. I need to.
Okay. Yeah.
I so fucking need to, but there's so much shit. Like, I got to start watching Breaking Bad again, and I got to finish WandaVision finally. That was pretty good. Oh, yeah,
nice. We got to, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it right now. Give us 12 minutes. Skip ahead if you still want Ghostbusters. So they end up,
That could be a good bonus, actually.
yeah, no, that'd be good because I definitely have some opinions on it. It was good. I liked it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I need to see Doctor Strange. I haven't seen that. I feel like that I need to see that if I've watched. Not that like they have to, but it just seems like a good companion for what's probably about to happen in the MCU. So they slam up the whole fucking Statue of Liberty. You know your love. Keep on
so
me.
good, man.
Oh, that's so good.
This
I
movie
love
puts me
that
in
song.
such a good mood. Like, this is such a good, like, just throw it on. If you want to feel good by the end of a movie, this is it. Like,
it makes you very like, yeah, like it makes you feel like Judd Nelson at the end of Breakfast Club, just like throwing that hand up, like yes,
nice.
Like there is something that this is the end of the 80s. You really start. There are these kind of moments like when Rocky cuts Drago for the first time. You're like, oh, that's so fucking cool. And to take something that's such a huge international symbol and use that as just like sign of positivity to bring the city together is really cool.
Now look, I don't want to break it down, but I mean logistically,
short. Your belly button? No, I'm just kidding. This is crazy.
This is insanity. Like how are they controlling it?
She's like a couple of 100 years old. It's like the foot crumbles and you're like, you kill 187 people like immediately. Yeah.
How's it bending its legs? Like stone, like, and steel doesn't bend like that. Okay.
You know what? I'll I can take everything. It's like there's a guy living in a painting who's just a big head like the Wizard of Oz. It's like, we're like fucking Zordon from Power Rangers. I'm like, okay, I can fucking take it. Rangers.
Did we just fucking do that? Did we just do that?
Yes,
awesome.
we did. Zordon is racist is a good YouTube sketch. It's fucking hilarious. Because when Power Rangers came out, like the Asian woman was the yellow ranger, the black dude was the black ranger, the girl was a pink one, and the white girl was pink, and it was like, dude, come on. And it's a fucking great sketch. It's really, really funny. But
love the shot of Lewis suiting up and stepping out of the double doors, dude. Dude, the way he runs out with his like lips and he's got the earmuffs on.
Gotta stay sharp. Gotta stay vigilant. Gotta be ready.
That's such a good line, man. It's so good.
I hate the way that they superimpose Vigo's face over Oscar's, and it's like, dude, this is stupid. That looks terrible. Yeah. Like it's such. But the shot of just seeing the Statue of Liberty looking down, like that reminds me so much of Watchmen. He's like very disappointed and just reaches down to fuck Asmodeus up. It's like, dude, that's so what that makes me think of. I love it when you roughhouse. So God, I know that this movie gets a lot of flack, and this is basically, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and it's not very conceivable, but it's like, dude, just powering this giant mech to like fuck up ghost shit. It's like, yes, there's like sci-fi paranormal shit that I just love that. Like, I just think that's so, it's not, God, no, it makes no sense, and it's not plausible at all. Like, if they had put a ghost inside of her, that would make more sense than what they've done with the ooze, and they've like positively charged her. But at least they set it up, with like the toaster. I was like, but you still couldn't control the toaster. Like, how can you control this fucking thing? Like, I'd love if it was like the Simpsons when all the ads like come to life and she just starts destroying New York and shit, just starts fucking everything up. So they end up breaking through. Dana grabs Oscar. Vigo has disappeared from the painting. They hose down whatever. Janos. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. They hose down. I was like Peter McNichol. Yeah.
No, that's Johnny, great. Did you back the wrong horse?
Yeah. Will you hose him, please? You know what I hate, though, is when Vigo does come out of the painting, man, he doesn't look nearly as intimidating. Like once he comes out of the picture, like he's still scary.
Really? Like, I think he does, man. He looks like he looks like he's about to fucking storm Mordor. Like,
he's terrible.
Awesome,
like, but there's something about the painting, just the way his head is down and he stares straight ahead. It's like, fucking Christ, man.
100%.
But he looks kind of goofy, like with the long hair and the look. The guy's, who the little moment screen time that he has, his face of just that like, just that kind of like angry stare. Like, dude, you look like a cat. You look like Grumpy Cat. But the badass moment is him walking up and just parting the shit and taking the baby is like, holy shit. But I can't go past Ray's line where he is like, "Hey, you want some baby? You knock on some willing hellhound." It's like, oh fuck, I love Ray. Like he just walked in and just whipped out that big Dan Aykroyd dick.
Can we just acknowledge that before, dude, this is hilarious. I laughed so hard at this. Can we just acknowledge that before the Ghostbusters rock up, Janosch is like, he's like kind of like monologuing to Dana a bit, right? Dude, he's bought them like Happy New Year's, like party hats.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the line he gives where he's like, with that, the world would be mine and Vigo's. Well, mainly Vigo's.
It's like, what, did he go down to a fucking convenience store?
Yeah.
This fucking, like, this possessed, like, demon person just like, yes, can I get the to New York New Year's Happy New Year's hat, please? Like,
it's just like some kind of demon bird just picks it just drops it off for them. Just some giant terrifying thing.
Oh my god, that just really threw me for a loop, because it's just like, holy shit, man, you're executing this grand plan, but you had time to go out and buy these fucking Happy New Year hats. It's just hilarious.
I'd love if Vigo popped up in the band. He's like, "No, put them on, put them on." And the ritual is not complete without it.
Oh god.
Anybody ever tell you the big shoulder look is out? I have met some dumb blondes in my life. And I like it. Anything to get him. Yes, to get him away from the kid. Anything to get him away from the kid. It's like, damn, I like that. And it's cool. It's Pete, the one to do it. Of like, no, I'll do anything that you don't fuck this kid up. Like, I really enjoy it. And dude, just the shot of him just and all that fucking shit comes out of his mouth scared the shit out of me as a kid, because it looks effortless from him. He's just like, "Be gone." Like, I love his line of like, "Be gone, you pitiful half man." It's like, dude, that's like some Bram Stoker's fucking Dracula shit. Like that's some Gary Oldman shit.
I want to bring something up later when we get to listener comments, but yeah, that's a good point.
Hell yeah. But of course, right before he takes over Oscar, people singing, I guess, defeats it. No, I'm just saying.
Hold up. Vigo knocks them all out, right? They're all asking each other how they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Egon goes, "Bankman, how you going?" "I'm fine."
"I'm fine." That was really stupid.
Oh, so good.
I love, he's like, "Egon, how are you?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Are you okay?" He goes, "No," just staring like dead into the camera. But the people outside, they end up kind of galvanizing the pot. They end up galvanizing and singing, and the slime all loses its negativity, I guess. They basically kill this thing with good vibes. And the thing is, like, spoilers for, have you seen It Chapter 2?
Oh yeah.
Okay, fucking terrible ending. Hate it. Absolutely awful. I will take the 1990 Tim Curry one where it's a giant, like, cross-eyed spider before I would ever take the ending to It Chapter 2 of Skarsgård. Shit. It is absolute shit. But I think it was terrible. I think just the 3 hours to fucking get us there was like meandering. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, because it's not a new movie, but it's not old either. But it's just dog shit. Where basically it's just like good vibes are what defeat Vigo, and I was positive sentences, positive says like sentiments. Well, it's basically they defeat him, and he gets back into the painting. But then this is what I'm talking about. This was my idea for like kind of like an ending, was that, and this is where let me just strap in. Let me just gonna get comfortable for a bit. Just drop your seat down and like put your slippers up. Can you give me some food? It's gonna be a while. Steph! Let's go ahead and order it now, so when he's done, it'll be here. What I was thinking is that, this whole thing, he's been after Oscar, and I was like, why would you want a baby? You can't, you're going to be stuck as a baby. You can't fucking do anything. And I was like, you can't walk and talk all of a sudden. Just maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. Dumb plan. This is what I thought would be interesting, is if the whole time Vigo was like, the baby was a distraction and I wanted Ray. and Ray's the more susceptible one to everybody in the group. And it makes sense with the subplot of why Ray is the one susceptible to it. Why the fuck is this here if literally he takes over Ray and 5 seconds later Ray's gone?
Yeah.
Like Ray's just released.
It's very wasted.
It's stupid. Yeah. So what I was thinking is like, what if it took over Ray and it was kind of like the end of the Exorcist thing where Ray's like, fucking kill me. Like I can't separate this thing. Like what if in defeating Vigo, they have to send Ray and Vigo to whatever place Vigo goes? Like we have to close this door. And unfortunately you have to go in there. We'll save the baby. But I was like, I would think it'd be interesting if Vigo's plan was like, I didn't want the baby. I wanted to take over one of you guys, like one of you brilliant people that knows how to defeat me. Like I would much rather take over one of you guys. But if that can't be done, if they're like, hey, it's kind, as a team, you have to realize like if we let him stay, Vigo's going to take him over and he's going to kill all of us. It's like, but we're kind of having to cut off the finger to save the hand. So I think personally, I would have loved it if they were like, if Ray's like, no, do it, send me now. Like I've got to go. I think if you do it with Zedmore, it's okay. Egon, it's pretty heartbreaking. Pete, it's pretty sad. But Ray, the most like childish, like, hey, like the most upbeat one, seeing him just reduced to this like kind of like kill me, like get me out of here. And that's super dark for a PG film. That would never happen. But Ray,
I like that though, because like, it gives the movie some stakes. And I think what these movies are lacking, both of them, is stakes. Like,
and
like
they're comedy films. I get it. But
they're supposed to be lighthearted. But like, like by the end of both films, every character is alive and well. Like, there's no lasting effects on like the traumatizing things that they were going through, right? I mean, like, there's no,
right.
Like, we need something that's going to stick with us and, kind of like give what they're doing some dramatic heft. Like, there's not that much to it, and I get it. Like you said, it is supposed to be for kids, right? Like, I mean, like this is especially this one, right? Like this one especially is supposed to be for a younger audience. So I get why they didn't do it, but I love your idea. Absolutely.
Thank you. And what I was thinking too was, that sets up for a trilogy. Now you're set up for a third movie where it's like originally Dan Aykroyd's idea was Ghostbusters 3, Ghostbusters in Hell. And it was like literally they were in hell, like in a demon plane fighting ghosts and stuff. So what if the whole... Yeah, right. And that's what I think the third game ended up, or the third script ended up being used for the game that they made. Great game. It's good. But the thing that I don't, ultimately the thing that I like you said, there's no stakes there and everything's just anticlimactic and we end right where we begin. And none of the characters except for Pete have really changed. And I get it as a comedy movie, but that doesn't mean, I don't want to say that just to say that all comedies can't have some kind of arc or dramatic kind of, but I feel like this isn't that serious of a movie, like if I would love to, hey man, you get to redo Ghostbusters with a $20 million budget and it's rated R. Like, oh fuck, that would be awesome. I would absolutely love to do that. But the best comedies, the best comedies disarm you and like can really like they can use comedy as kind of like a hold on, let's get the audience comfortable for a second, because when we hit the dramatic beat, like, the audience is, nice and comfortable and they're chill. But when the dramatic beat happens, when someone dies or like, there's something that's going to affect the characters in an irreversible way. Like comedies are just so primed to pull things like that off. Like, if you have a comedy that's able to pull that off, I think comedies out of any other genre is probably the most primed to pull that off. Like, just like something with like lasting effects, like, because they're just so, if you use it well, you can be really like disarming, I think. Right. Well, yeah, you can catch people off their guard with that shit. But basically they end up, defeating Vigo. He gets sent back to some weird ass world. What's cool is in the video game, in the firehouse, you can come up and the painting is in the firehouse.
Oh,
and
nice.
it's Max von Sydow and it talks to you. And the mouth move, and it's like, I'm tired of you. Please go away. Like you can keep talking to the, the thing.
Dude, they should have just used fucking Max von Sydow. Like, he looks like he was a boss, dude. Like, I love the way that he looked.
There's something, yes, he is like fucking awesome looking, but goddamn, there's just something about
I know.
A German rapist boxer. It's like, of course, this guy fucking looks terrifying. He is. They defeat Vigo. Yeah, what the fuck? That's weird. I don't need that. That's super weird.
was a fucking pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, like, why are they all super ripped? Like, why does the baby look like the baby has all of the wrinkles, right? Like, I mean,
well, what I would love if they cut to the painting and it was like Bean trying to draw Whistler's mother's face, you know, like that fucking crazy looking painting. Oh man, I would die. I mean, you've got Peter MacNicol right there, like fucking go for it.
Oh my God.
I think it's one of the Vercellis, and it's just that big ass nose sticking out.
Holy shit.
Oh, if you've never seen Bean, please go watch that movie.
God.
It's so fucking funny, dude.
That's so good.
I love, dude. Peter MacNicol's reaction to when he unveils, like, oh God, sweet Jerry, the sweet mother of Jesus Nazareth. Anyways. They end up having their painting. They defeat.
Literally
that's it.
Straight after the painting, the fucking Ivan Reitman, directed by Ivan Reitman.
That song was a giant ripoff, right? Of "I Want a New Drug" by Huey Lewis. He got his ass. Ray Parker got his ass sued off for that.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard this story.
He sued Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis won, and then years later, he ended up dropping how much he won from the Ray Parker suit or something. He was signed to an NDA. He wasn't supposed to say anything. And he actually did. And then Ray Parker turned around and successfully sued him like in the last 5 years. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's such a strange story about but honestly, I didn't realize that the Ghostbusters theme was "I Want a New Drug" until somebody pointed it out. Like, I never really, you can sing it over it, but I never really thought about it before like that, you know? But if that's fucking Ghostbusters too, man. You want to read some comments and get out of here?
Yeah, let's read some comments and get out of here, man. Like, that was fun. Fuck, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man.
That was, you know what? That was fucking awesome. Fuck the first movie. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Let me just let off some comments here. But thank you to everyone who participated in the polls. Thank you to everyone who commented. I know that it was a bit of a kind of like a late notice situation, but here we go. Sweet Jose Rivera kicking things off as he always does. Thank you, Jose. He
Love
says,
you, buddy.
Saw this in the theater with my family when it came out. I liked it, but as I've gotten older and Comedy Central overplayed the shit out of it, I've started to notice the flaws. The shining star is Peter MacNicol. It's funny how he plays a Renfield-esque character to Vigo, that in Dracula, Dead and Loving It, he plays Renfield.
I love Dracula Dead and Loving It, and he is so fucking funny in that. Wrong me, like, dude, please watch that.
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
it's not a great Mel Brooks movie,
Dead and Loving It. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It is Mel Brooks, right? Like, I had a suspicion.
Yeah, and Leslie Nielsen's in it, Naked Gun and stuff. I'll read off Daniela Cutters. I know objectively it's not as good as the first one, but I unabashedly love Ghostbusters 2. I was way too invested in Dana and Venkman's love story, maybe because I had a crush on Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray. Yeah, me too. The slime was a fun element, one that led to some pretty good ghost effects for its time, and some surprisingly scary moments. The cast as a whole, once again has amazing chemistry, and the script ain't too shabby either. I'm excited for this one, guys. Well, thank you very much. We're always looking forward to your comment, Danielle. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Danielle. We hope you enjoyed it. Floyd Fry is just singing, your love keeps lifting me higher. Thank you, Floyd.
Your love! That's such a high note, dude.
How do you pull that off, dude, with your voice?
Your love lifting me higher.
If I try that, nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. It's just nothing. Sean Jones. You know what? Sean Jones, I think, is one of those ones that I posted in the after party, just like a meme being like, oh, here's to all like the silent group members or something like that. And Sean Jones like posted like, all right, you want to talk? Let's talk, bitch. And now he's like commenting. I love it. Thank you, Sean, for commenting. He said, in response to me posting a photo of Vigo the Carpathian, he says, I think that dude is definitely suffering from Carpathian kitten loss.
He's missing his kitten. We'll just do it right here. Guys, thanks so much for commenting. We appreciate it. Final thoughts. I love this movie. I can't really say much more about it. I'm excited for the next one to come out. I think that there's a lot of nostalgia behind this one. It's really hard for me to be objective with this one because it's just the one I watched more. It came out a year before I was born. So I don't think we had the first one on VHS, but we definitely had Ghostbusters 2 and taped off of TV. So that's where I remember the tape very well with that white, or literally the VHS with the white tape on the side, Ghostbusters 2 written in.
Yeah. When I say me and my brother like wore out the tape, I don't mean the official tape. I mean the taped VHS.
Oh hell yeah, TV. Of course.
Yeah.
We talked about this. You guys had like a mountain of those, right?
Oh, dude, I guarantee you we still have them at home. If I was to go to my parents' place right now, I can open up a cupboard and it's still there. But like, it wasn't like. Like every time I watch movies like this, I remember where the commercial breaks were. Like, I remember, okay, that's where it stops and that's where it starts again. Like, ugh.
Dude, yeah, we had a copy like that, Beethoven. You ever seen Beethoven, dog movie?
The dog movie? No, I haven't heard of it.
It's not bad. I mean, it's been 20 years I've seen it, but I love this movie. I'll definitely be excited to talk about the first one whenever we do it, and I will 1,000% be there to see Afterlife. If I got to go get vaccinated and put on a mask, not that I have a problem with either of those things, but that's exactly what I'll fucking do. If it gets me into Ghostbusters, I'll do it.
Awesome, dude. I echo your thoughts, man. Like, I think this is a fantastic movie and super underrated, right? I think it's got a rotten score of like 54 on Rotten Tomatoes and shit. And it's just like,
it's better than I thought it would be. Honestly, I just thought it was going to get like flamed, but I personally think it's better than that.
But like
a 65,
dude,
68.
Like sometimes it appears on like, like worst sequels of all time lists and shit like that. I'm just like, no, no, it's just not. Like it's more of what you loved about the first one, and I think that's the big kind of like hang up that a lot of people have with it, is that it's more of like the first, right? And, like people are comparing it to the first, but if, again, like you said, if the first didn't come out first, if this came out first, I think a lot more people will be like, really appreciative of this. And this definitely has elements that the first one does not have, namely Peter McNichol, namely Vigo, and like more Lewis, more Janine, like this has things that are, pretty much kind of like above and beyond over the first one. So, I get it, technically better, like the first one is better. It's a better film, like as a whole.
I like the way this one is shot better. It feels more like a film. Like I like the first one, but you can tell, this, not that it's like, I'm not saying it's low budget or anything. It definitely wasn't a low budget movie, but there is kind of a more graininess to like the first one. And the second one feels a lot. I love the way it's shot. I love the way it looks.
And I know people appreciate the origin story sort of thing on the first one, right? So like, let's go find the firehouse kind of thing. Like, like it's like, we got a hearse. Like, I get it. But it's like, man, I'm sorry. I think this is the more enjoyable one to me. This is the one that I can throw on any time ever, and it will instantly change my mood. Right? Like, I mean, like the ending is just so upbeat and uplifting. I think all of the characters, all of the leads, especially Bill Murray in this, is like firing on all cylinders. The comedy is like super witty. This is such a good movie from Ivan Reitman, man. Like, and I'm so glad that we added it to our list of films.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Guys, thanks so much for checking us out. We hope you enjoyed this episode, whether you're a repeat listener or a first-time listener. Again, stop by midnightdoubleFeature.com. You can find all of our socials there. Please join our group, The After Party, on Facebook. Everybody's invited to that, and you can find us on Facebook, just at Midnight Double Feature. And please stop by, rate and review us on iTunes. If you aren't signed up for the Patreon, I'm sure if you're signed up for the Patreon, hopefully you reviewed us already. If not, what the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. We would love for you guys, even if you can't sign up, it's $5 a month. How many episodes we got on there now? Probably like 10, 15, pushing 20 maybe? 20. Okay. 20, yeah, we got 20 bonus episodes, $5 as soon as you sign up. The rest of these fucks, they got to wait, but you get all these 20 right up front. So please definitely sign up for that. And again, if you're not into that, if you just, can't part with $5, totally understand. Stop by. I cannot stress this enough. Rate and review us on iTunes. If you're listening to this and you enjoy the show and you haven't, I would consider it a personal favor if you guys went and did that. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And it really helps us out a whole lot. It's free. And it takes 5 minutes. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace out.